Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Call of the Netherdeep. This is our first game of 2023. Happy New Year!
New Year!
Happy New Year!
Oof. So hi, everybody. How you doing? This is episode 29 of Call of the Netherdeep, and I'm very excited to be here as we continue our exploration of the Netherdeep and all of the weird and dark things that are down here. I'll give a quick content warning in a bit just for depression and things like that, because we're going to be delving into that. We're literally in a place called the Grottos of Regret. There might be some regrets. No regrets, fam. But we will be getting into that in just a minute. So, hey everybody, I'm your Dungeon Master Kelly. Are you seeing him? And this is going to be a great game tonight. We're going to do our best to bring you the best game of 2023. God damn, it's 2023.
I had the hardest time. I was filling in so many forms today with current dates, and I had to keep remembering that there was a 3 on the end. I screwed up so many times.
I've actually been so proud of myself. I haven't done that yet that I've noticed.
That you've noticed?
I haven't had to do anything that wrote a date, so you know I'm still living in that non-date world right now.
I would have thrown off a huge chunk of the school district's purchasing system and accounting if I had gotten the wrong date, so I was very careful.
Nice.
Luckily, there's a few people past me who can catch the fact that I used the wrong year.
There you go.
I've gotten several phone calls from Sandra going, did you mean 2023? I'm like,
never.
Yes.
I wanted to show a picture of a origami dragon that somebody made for me for Christmas, but it's green.
Oh no!
It looks great. It's the best.
Looks great.
We'll show it during the break.
Awesome dragon.
Run me during the break, and I'll show your green screen instead. So, folks, without further ado, let's go around and do quick introductions, any announcements for 2023, and then we'll hop into Call of the Netherdeep. Let's start with Robin. Robin, how's it going?
Hi. It's been better. I'm Robin. I use she, her pronouns, and I had some regrets over New Year's because my mother poisoned me with seafood.
With Cusco's poison?
So
the seafood for Cusco?
Yeah, Cusco's poison.
No, it's Robin's poison.
It's
Robin's poison. The poison for Robin?
Yeah.
So I spent New Year's not having a good time for 16 hours, and you might be able to tell my voice is a bit croaky still because
Kaeko took up smoking.
Kaeko took up chain smoking.
That is not a good idea.
It's not.
Don't do it.
Don't do it. So yeah, but I'm excited to be for game. I'm excited that I feel better to be here for game because yesterday I sounded even way worse and I felt way worse. So, you know, ringing in 2023 with a mass purging, let's say.
Did it bring you joy? Did it spark joy? If not,
no.
Purge it.
All right. My body was like, didn't like anything at all.
It's true. Let's swap over to Christa. Hey, Christa.
Hello, I'm Christa. I use she, they, or her, them pronouns. I play Sabina Moorden, the Lotus Den Halfling Beastmaster Ranger and Hexblade Warlock of Coralong and Rival of Arrival, along with her beast companion, the Moorbounder Dax. And nice. I had a very, very good New Year's. I had a lot of fun playing board games and eating really good food. But then 3 of my 4 partners all got COVID, and the only one that didn't is the one that's in New York, and so wasn't with me.
You know, when you say it like that, it sounds like you're a law firm.
I know, right?
You're not Paul. You just have a law firm.
Great. I'm just really successful. No matter which way you look at it.
I was going to say, no wonder why some people are dateless. You're taking them all.
I am. I'm taking all of them. I'm sorry, Raven, that you're dateless.
Yeah, it's literally, you're like a everybody. D12 at this point. You're not a D8.
There, exactly.
Yeah.
But I have tested twice and I'm still negative. So I'm still going to work and I feel okay. But everyone I was with is sick now, so I'm kind of I'm keeping an eye out. But I'm going to try and not let that bum me out tonight and have a good time because I have other things to bum me out.
Yay!
Yay!
Don't we all? Speaking of things that don't bum us out, hi, Chris.
Oh, hello. Oh, that's nice. Thank you.
Also, congratulations, Chris. I heard that you and Christine are married, according to a YouTube comment on Dragonlance.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know how Caitlan feels about this, but I'm sure that it'll be fine.
Well, I got to. Hi, I'm Chris.
Sorry.
I go by I use he, him, or they pronouns, and I play Dorlen Wildrock, the hyper not focused gnome on here. And apparently Christine and I are married, and
We've just got too good of a chemistry in Dragonlance here. Like we're just too good at RP that we fooled them.
Yep.
Got
And then I've got my baby mama as well, who I got to spend a
Christa?
wonderful New Year's Eve
I
with.
don't know why, but I just feel demoted.
Oh no! No! Okay, you know what? This is the time where I shut
You
my
stop
mouth.
digging the hole.
You stop digging the hole. You
That
come on,
was
Chris,
probably
dig
like
your
5
way out. That's
minutes
my
ago.
strategy.
5 minutes ago, that was the time.
Anyway, welcome, Chris. Good to have you back in 2023. Hi, Caitlan. You're not demoted.
Hello. Oh, that's nice. I'm Caitlan, or Petite Medic in the chat. I use she, her pronouns, and so does Xarria Rainn, the tiefling cleric of the Raven Queen of the group. And I don't
Did-
really have anything fun to announce or anything, so
Nice. Not yet. Soon. Actually, we
Thanks,
have
man.
something fun to announce during the break. We'll announce the special event during the break, so stick around for that. We'll talk about that tonight, just to get y'all informed of some stuff. Yeah, well, fantastic. And finally, let's go to Christine. Hi, Christine.
Hello, I'm Christine. I use she, her pronouns. And
not green
I'm
today.
playing. Yes.
Why aren't you green?
Because work is really crazy because they decided that we're not allowed to hire a grad secretary. So we went from a 4-person office to a 3-person.
So,
So,
okay. Well, do you want me to fix that? I got something for this.
Yes, please. I'm very
In-
tired, so I didn't
in
want to paint my
greening.
face.
There we go. You're green now.
Yay!
All right. So, sorry for your
Good looking.
introduction. Please continue.
So I'm playing Zenada Vosh, our Orc Echo Knight fighter. And no, I'm not married to Chris.
Yeah.
Though I'd say he's the second handsomest guy in Dork Tales. Because I consider that one the handsomest.
I was like, Cal's pretty good looking now. Like,
was
I'm
gonna
not
say-
gonna lie. Like, Dragonlance has got some pretty handsome men in it.
Well, see,
He's,
the thing is that Chris is very similar looking to you. So in my opinion wise, if I'm thinking
We've-
you're the most, then...
We've got until March.
Oh, that's true. Then, yeah, we got Homar. That was slick. That was good. That was good, Chris. That was under my child will be beautiful. He will break all hearts and rule all kingdoms.
Oh,
yeah,
that's where
I think
we're going.
everybody's
I
getting
took you a
demoted at
while.
that point.
I
So
had no idea where you're going with that. I'll be honest.
I was
No,
with
I
it
very
though.
briefly was like, is there a new game starting in March?
that your
Apparently it was
baby's going to be
Tuesday.
the
I was
best
thinking
looking
for
guy
April.
on a
I get
channel.
it. No, I get
So-
it now.
Oh, that was slick. That was some
That was
some
cute.
that was a thinker, but not a sinker. That was good.
And not a
Um,
stinker either.
Well, it will be in
Well, I'm sure he'll probably be that too.
Well, once he gets off of, you know, the milk, then he'll be a little
Not even
stinker.
then. Not even then. I
Yeah.
remember my cousins.
all right. Anything else to toss in before we do announcements and things? All right.
Thank you, Ping, for our beautiful faces.
I was about to say that.
Haha, I
But,
beat you.
You beat me to it. Thank you, Ping, for ping.gg, where you can stream like a pro with high definition graphics and all of the space age technology that I don't know how to explain. That's why Bren does it and runs the thing. So thank you, Bren, and everybody at Ping for making us even better looking than we actually are. Because hey, who can't use a help after the New Year's we had? Cheers. If you want to join them, go to ping.gg. Yeah, what's up?
The best part about the green filter, I don't need to wear gloves. I match my face.
Yeah, and it didn't change your outfit that much. It just looks like you're wearing a gray top.
Yeah, my hair is much darker green instead of brown, but that's cool. Whatever.
I do what I can.
Stand out as much instead of being like pale white.
Traz made a meme for me in Dork Tales games.
Nice. All right.
I
so
just saw that.
Yeah, I'll have to check it in a minute. So a couple of announcements before we begin. For one, thank you, Ping, as we said before. Also, we got a bunch of games that are going to be starting this year. We'll talk about this more during the break. But they include a Mage the Ascension, the Technocracy game. And thanks to our folks on Patreon, we have unlocked Robin running the Radiant Citadel. Due to our monthly turnover, there's always like some patrons lost at the beginning of a month, and there's probably even more lost at the beginning of a year. So we are back down below that quota. So we dropped from 120, 125 plus to 120 again. So we're on our way back up. We're still going to start prepping the game. So you will be getting that on Patreon 3 months early. But that's probably going to drop in March, February, something like that, on the Patreon. And a quick reminder that Patreon is the best way to support the channel. So if you like what we do here, head to patreon.com/dorktales and join up. At the $5 tier, you get a ton of stuff, including Once I Stop Sleeping Off the New Year's, episode 1 of Dork Pod, the Dork Tales podcast that is going to be redonkulous. Actually, I have to schedule, I'm going to make a note real quick because I have to schedule our next recording date for that.
Mm-hmm. One of our team members shared a meme to our Dork Tales team chat, and I was like, yeah, that's literally my character for Dork Pod. That was literally my character.
Oh, that one.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. That's on my to-do list, my many to-do lists.
And we have
then...
pause of Strixhaven. It's summer break for them. And so we have a bunch of cool friends joining us for a couple of one-shots as faculty members over the summer break and all of the shenanigans that happen behind the scenes. And Kelly is writing those, and they're going to be awesome.
Yeah, they're going to be fantastic. Also, you can, I'm writing them up, so Patreon, you'll be getting a copy of those after the episodes run for free, but I'm also going to put them up on Dungeon Masters Guild with some fancy art and stuff so that you can purchase them if you prefer to. But if you get her on the Patreon at like probably the $5 tier or higher, you'll just get a copy of them. Like, because it might be like the ones without graphics, but like, cause I'm not sure how the license works. I'll have to reread it. But you'll at least get the plain text as a draft copy. So yeah, so that should be good. I'm excited for that. It's going to be great. We've got some wonderful streamers from across the internet joining us for that, as well as some people who don't normally play in very many games. I'm very, very excited to see the host of people we get and how weird it's going to be. And Christa, thank you for running those and accommodating.
I'm so excited for like everybody that's going to be playing. We have like some crazy cat. Like, can we say who we have? Do you want us, or do you want to hold out?
I'm gonna let's hold it. Let's hold it.
It's some very cool people that you will have seen elsewhere, all making really, really, really ridiculous characters, and I'm very excited for it.
Yeah, it was basically just like you put a list of people you really, really wanted to play with, and I was like, well, what about these other people to supplement that you might not have thought of?
Yep.
And literally everyone we asked said yes.
With the exception of one, and that was because their life is very, very busy, and we kind of expected them to say no.
Yeah. That unfortunately did not pull through, and
But
so,
maybe second year. So
yeah,
we won't
definitely we'll get them for that. Which oh man, it's gonna be exciting. It's really good. This is a really cool cast, and the module's gonna be so dumb. It's gonna be so dumb. Actually, Christa, after game tonight, let's sit and talk for a minute about that, if you remember. And to have the energy, because I just want to confirm a couple of things for that. We've got our usual map maker is going to be still making maps for that, so it's gonna be good. All right, so folks, I think it's about time for us to head and call it Netherdeep. We've done enough preamble, and I just wanted to say thank you so much for sticking with us. I have a big video that's going to be going up in the next 48 hours to thank you all and to welcome you all to 2023. It was meant to go out before New Year's, but then life. So if that is any indication of what 2023 is going to be, I'm sorry, and thanks for sticking with us. Know that I love you very much. We all love you very much, and we are excited to bring you some trauma. But speaking of that, a quick content warning. Call of the Netherdeep is getting into a part of the story where it deals with themes of depression, repression, regression, and a lot of dark emotions. So there are some things that are going to happen in the next few episodes, and pretty much to the end of the campaign, that may be difficult for those of you who are suffering with it. It is seasonal depression season, and it's not like people aren't experiencing that at an all-time high right now. So please take care of yourself. If some of the themes in the episode lead to some feelings inside of you that need you to take a break, please do that. We'll be here when you get back. And you can always catch the episodes later on YouTube or podcast. We understand and we get it. A lot of us have to cope with this kind of stuff in real life too. Going through some of Elixion's issues in prep for last game alone made me pretty emotional while doing prep, which is a weird feeling for me to go through and be like, oh no, I have a trauma response to a role-playing book. That's something I usually don't get. So take care of yourself. We're here for you, but be here for yourself first, because you're important, whether or not you think you are, because we're not going to get into that, but you get the idea. Anyway, any last thoughts? All right. Then let's continue where we left off. Last time on Call of the Netherdeep, you all descended deep in to the strange realm known as the Netherdeep. There, you and your rivals encountered a swarm of strange, light-glowing fish, strange lamprey-like creatures. From there, you decided to set up a base camp, the entrance by the rift, and send out scouting parties into the doors and to the chambers ahead. This underwater place is strange. In the main areas, in the main caverns, there appears to be no ceiling, just the crushing pressure of limitless water above you. However, as the Echoes of Valor proceeded to the north into the first chamber, they found themselves transported into Elixion's memories? His beliefs? Into some strange facsimile of his childhood. There you encountered his parents being beaten, stoned, and abused by, well, no one. Randoms. Commoners. Once again, you are reminded of the cruel destiny that lies for those who are touched by the cursed moon, Ruidus. In your lives, you may have had similar prejudice attached to you, and you may have seen similar prejudice exacted on those like Elixion. But watching this, it left something of a sliver in your mind. A reminder that this is much worse than you ever might have thought. After encountering the strange, spectral assailants and rescuing his parents, you left, Dax taking one of the teddy bears from inside of Elixion's childhood bedroom with him that appeared outside of the vision. And as it ended, you found yourself in a small underwater grotto, once again surrounded by water. Elixion's voice whispered to you in your minds. What I understood from a young age is this. Because of me, they would always suffer. And that is where we ended last episode, with you all floating in the middle of this like fairly small cavern, this little grotto with a pair of tunnels leading off to the east and to the west, and back down south to the main entrance where the rift is. And with that, let's begin our game.
I'm going to investigate the bear again. Christa can't quite remember what it was.
So it is.
Yes. Okay.
It is a childhood teddy bear covered with veins of ruidium.
Is there anything else about it? Does touching it do anything weird?
As you touch it, you are already corrupted by ruidium. It seems to do nothing to you. You can feel the ruidium on the back of your hand will shiver slightly as you touch it, almost as if a magnet going over like ferromagnetic needles will just kind of go, but you'll feel like this. It's not a painful tingle, but it feels like that part of your hand suddenly has awoken from sleep. Just like the pins and needles, but all through the muscle tissue.
I'll still take it away from Dax so that he isn't being more corrupted by it. And give him a bit of a pat and say, Dorlen, will you put this in your bag, please?
Oh, did that come from the dream? What is it? I'll reach for it.
Perhaps something important from Alexion's past?
Oh, well, interesting. It
Is there
seems pretty
anything-
substantial. He'll just poke it a bunch.
Is there anything else in this cavern that we're in?
Nothing except for the tunnels to the south, east, and west.
I think Kaiko's gonna swim back to the south where the entrance to the other group is, and she's going to kind of just lightly call, trying not to make too much noise, but talk at a normal volume and see if anyone else can hear. And she's gonna be like, hello, are you guys there?
There will be a slight rustle, and Xarria will appear just at the edge of your vision with his staff blazing with red light. Are you well?
Yes. How long have we been in that cave?
Perhaps an hour?
All right. It's clear in here. There's two branches. If you wanted to come here, might be more fortifiable to rest. But when we entered it, we were taken into a vision. So I don't know if you guys would get that same experience, but it looks all right here. There's two more tunnels branching off, but this might be a good potential spot to hole in rather than this. The grotto had a ceiling, right? It wasn't open.
It does, actually, yeah.
to the air.
It's actually not very high at all. The ceiling of that portion of it, just let me double check that real quick, is... Sorry, the beginning of this is quite in depth. Let's see. Ceilings and floors. Tunnels have 10-foot high ceilings. If an area has no ceiling, assume the walls are 100 feet tall, and above that, it is a never-ending abyss. A chamber of grotto, or pardon me. Let me double check this grotto actually. Because I misread. The grottos do not normally have ceilings.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so just double checking the grotto itself.
Oh, so it's kind of we'll go into through a tunnel, open up into a big area, then more tunnels, open up. Oh, kind of.
Yeah. And then it's
Okay.
okay. So my bad actually. So this one does have so the grotto here has no ceiling. So basically the Netherdeep, aside from the tunnels themselves, which are 10-foot tubes, basically lava vents, there's a 100-foot ceiling, and then it just goes on into basically an ocean, as far as you know, at least.
Yeah. So
And then
it's
just the
also
other
open.
thing is that light sources are only half as far as usual, including magical light, and it is basically everything is pitch black inside of the Netherdeep, unless you bring a light source, or there is some iridium deposit pulsing.
So is
That's
dark
it,
vision
sorry.
half then? No worries.
Dark vision is probably halved because of the cloudiness of the water, but it will depend on the location.
Okay, cool. So yeah, Kaeko will not say it doesn't have a ceiling then. She'll just say there's another grotto, goes up tall, and then looks like two more tunnels branching off. I don't know what would be a good spot to hold for resting more. But if it's been an hour, you guys may want to move up. We may not want to separate too far.
Hold tight. A moment later, he will return, and the rivals will push their way into the grotto. You say you got pulled into a vision? Io will say as she swims through the tunnel.
Yes.
So Io will swim down through the lava tube and will look over at you and say, "You got pulled into a vision? Tell me about it."
During this, I'm going to take a short rest to get my action surge back, if I can.
Sounds good.
Oh, it was I think maybe some sort of a memory, or some sort of maybe a altered memory, or an imagined memory, maybe some sort of a confabulation too. We can't quite be sure yet because we've only been in it once, but it was something tied to Elixion in his past. And and I'll bring out the teddy bear from the bag of holding. We managed to pull this out of it too, which is kind of strange. So there is some sort of a substance to it, and he'll poke the ruinium bear.
The bear wasn't in the cave before we
There
were
was
in the
nothing in the cave beforehand.
I was
you
telling the
s-
rivals that
Oh, sure. Yeah.
it didn't appear in both. It just wasn't there before. That's all.
See. Okay. But you pulled it from there.
Yeah, Dax did. Always the smart one, that moorbounder.
Okay, Brainiac, what do you think that means? She says, looking at Galsariad, who will hold his staff toward the bear and just inspect it without touching it. It could mean anything. We should be careful. Shall we continue?
I think so.
Are you feeling up for another adventure, or should we take point?
I mean, I could just do with a quick, 10 minutes.
Eventually, if we want to get through this, we're going to have to split up.
Well, did you guys want to go left and we'll go right, or vice versa?
Maybe we should go left. Didn't we go left the first time?
I don't
I think
remember.
so. I believe we
Didn't we?
did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In Jigao?
Hmm.
I think so. Well, it was more
Up and down.
or left.
Well,
And I think
Perhaps
we
we
went
should switch it this time and go right.
Okay. Ooh,
I was
switching
just throwing out arbitrary things. I don't really care, but I'm wondering if we should.
Have a breather, are you saying?
Fine.
Well, I think I need 10 minutes. Then I could gain some of my ability to inspire you all.
Do you
Mhm.
want us to wait here until you're healed? Or should we progress without you?
I think it's time for them to progress. I don't think any of us are that bad off.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no.
if you're feeling up to it, go for it.
Yeah.
I'm always feeling like I could probably go and have a little bit of adventure. I want to get through this as quickly as possible.
And then we can have more beer.
That's more pies, Dorlen.
And pies.
I could have some beer as well, Maggie says.
Well, that settles it. When we're done here, we'll all go to
Something with a
nice-
thick, creamy head. That would be nice.
But
Well,
That sounds
Bodhi?
good.
That settles it. After we're done here, we'll all go to a tavern
Excellent.
and celebrate
Well,
our success.
yes, lots ahead for everyone.
are you always like this?
Yes.
She is. She is always like this.
You and Io have a
Yeah.
moment?
Did we just become best friends?
So much room for activity.
Enemies.
Yeah, exactly.
I feel like Zenada would look up for a moment at that sound. I think she's sharpening her sword or something for her short rest to kind of relax and get back into it to re-get her action surge. And she'll just kind of glance up and just look just flat faced and just kind of mouth yes at Io.
All right. So, anyway, kind of does a nod, does a slight eye narrow. You chose the first one. So, you want left or right?
I vote for right.
Sure, I don't really care.
Now, just from the way you're facing right now, Sabina, so do you mean east or west? Just for... You want to go east, I'm imagining. Okay.
East, yes. Yes.
All right.
Never eat breaded meat. Yeah,
I
right.
was trying to find my window with the map. I was like,
All right. With that, the rivals will give you a nod. If we die, avenge us or something like that. Are we going to die? I really am not feeling like dying. I mean, we're going to be great, Irvin says. We're going to be fine.
That's why we're doing this together.
Just to be
in
sure,
three
though,
waves.
you guys are going to wait here until we're done, and then you're going to go into that one, and then we're just going to keep leapfrogging base camp, or are we splitting and meeting back up again?
Splitting,
I
and
thought we
then
were
maybe if we think it's gonna take roughly an hour,
Well,
maybe
okay.
every hour and a half we wait and try and check in on the phones, the
Yeah, we should
stones.
see if the
Sorry,
phones work.
The Rocky Talkies.
yes, the Rocky Talkies, as Dorlen says.
All right.
So every hour and a half we check in case we can't do it while we're in these visions.
Okay, so if we leave the site, we check in after an hour and a half. Roger, Roger. All right, everybody, let's load out.
Who's Roger? I don't know.
Sorry, Roger.
Who's
And with And with that, they are going to swim into the tunnel to the west, leaving you behind.
Good luck.
As they do, Irvin will be the last one through the tunnel, watching the flank, and will give like kind of a little like finger wave. Bye.
Take care.
Take care.
You too. And with that,
it's the
So
camera.
nice.
It's the camera on Xarria, and then just Dorlen jumping in, going bye bye.
Bye bye now. Bye.
He's so nice. I like that urban guy.
anything else you're doing while you rest up? You catch your breath. All of you can spend any hit dice that you'd like to.
Nice.
Nice. I get my bardic and my martial adept back and my stone's endurance, so that's nice. That's 3 things I get back.
Nice. I get my action surge back.
You don't lose exhaustion until you've had a long rest, correct?
Yes.
Okay, because I think I still have my 1 level. When we came down here, I think I got 1 more.
Unless someone casts restoration on you, yeah.
Yeah, okay. And 1 level of exhaustion's just disadvantage on ability checks?
I believe so, yes.
Okay.
Just remind myself real quick. Exhaustion's one of my blind points. My blind spots with 5e. It's not attack rolls until 2nd level, though, so.
Okay. that's
Yeah,
what
level 1 is disadvantage on ability checks.
Level 2 speed have 3 is disadvantage on attack rolls.
Oh, is it? Okay, my
rolls.
bad. See, I
Yeah.
told you it was one of my blind spots.
Yeah, no worries.
Okay.
That's why you have players to help you.
Ooh, that's a dangerous precedent for other people's games. All right, so you take a few minutes to recuperate. Anybody doing any other casting, anything like that?
No, I don't think so. Actually, wait. Kaiko's going to do at the end. At the end, yes, I'm going to do that. At the end of her thing, Kaiko is going to give a motivational speech to everyone, and I'm going to cast it at 4th level.
Ooh.
So that will give everyone 10 temporary hit points. And for the next hour, I have advantage on wisdom saving throws. And if an affected creature is hit by an attack, it has advantage on the next attack roll it makes. Once the creature loses the temporary HP, the spell ends. So
Cool.
everyone takes 10 temp HP,
Nice.
and she'll also do her bardy no surprisey.
As a slight wind back, if I may, before they leave, I would like to cast Hunter's Mark on Io.
Okay.
Because then I have advantage tracking them for 8
Interesting.
hours if I use an upper level slot.
Okay.
And then I will also know if she dies, because I'll be able to move my mark
Fair.
if she hits 0 hit points. So as they're kind of leaving down, Sabina will kind of like catch her eye and sort of make kind of a mini mime of an arrow and kind of shoot it at her and give her kind of like a "I've got you" kind of nod. Like we had a bit of a moment. We're starting to understand each other. We're both kind of shitheads right now, but we're gonna get through this together.
We're gonna get through it together. That sounds good.
Exactly.
That sounds good for me.
Okay.
All right. So yeah, you will. We can absolutely have that have happened.
Cool.
All right.
And then we're so 10 temp HP advantage whiz.
I don't know if it'll help, but it's appreciated.
Yep. Attack next. Attack advantage. And then add 7 to environment and traps. And add advantage besides, no surprise. So Kaeko's just like booning the party, man.
All right. So, what's the motivational speech like?
So Kaeko is going to before we go in there, she's going to be like, all right, guys. So, looks like it's going to get real rough in there, but I think one of the things we know is that together we are stronger. We have done so much. We are going to help Elixir. We've gone this far. We are going to do this for Valis, who we've lost. We're going to do this for Zenada, who we found and replace the sword, but not Valis, but has also become part of our family. And we are going to kick these weird hallucinations ass, because I think this might be coming again. I don't know, but I've just got this weird feeling that this is just the beginning, and we're going to do it because we are the echoes of valor, and what we do not run away.
We do it. Yeah.
We do it. Yes, we do it hard and we do it fast.
All right. And with
And
that,
always to completion.
Dorlen's going to be cheering, like, yeah, and
I
just
didn't
walk
need to know
through
how
the other
short of a
door.
time it takes you, Kaeko.
Dorlen's going to be hyped up on this and start walking towards the east entrance. Yeah.
And I think the rest of you will notice when Zenada says that, she kind of does a little sly side eye to Sabina to see what Sabina's reaction is to the comment. And Sabina doesn't notice, of course, because she's got her eyes screwed up.
Yeah. She puts her hands over her ears and starts following Dorlen.
All right.
That was a good speech, Kaeko.
Thank you.
And with that, you all pass into the next grotto. As you do, once again, you can feel the world around you shift. The walls of the chamber shimmer as you enter another memory. The walls of the chamber shimmer as you enter another memory. Fragmentary recollections fill your mind. You recall Elixion as a daring teenage boy who wanted to take part in a village hunt. The vermilion moon was shining full that night, and you remember Elixion telling himself that he was strong enough to overcome it. You remember him donning and joining the hunt in secret. Your awareness shifts into a clearing in a moonlit forest. Its beauty is belied by the thick scent of blood and the sound of frantic shouts in the distance. What do you do? Around you, you can feel the forest. You can hear the insects chirping away in the late evening, early night. You can feel the pair of moons shimmering down at you. It is peaceful, and you are no longer in water.
Yeah?
Sabina probably looks up and kind of just like closes her eyes and drinks it in for a second.
And as you drink it in, you'll hear, Alexia's run off! Sakiri's not gonna make it! She needs healing! Those beasts were gonna see us through the winter! We're short now thanks to that little shit! And with that, can I get just a dex save off of everybody?
Mhm.
Because as you appear in the water, or pardon me, as you appear in the forest, there is going to be an explosion of motion around you as an entire herd of deer is going to come cascading through the woods around trees.
Nat 20.
Nat
Thank
20.
you.
Okay, you are going to be absolutely fine. And
12.
you're 12. Kate and Dorlen, you're fine.
19.
11. Oh, nice.
11. All right, Sabina.
11.
Okay, Sabina,
Well,
go ahead and take
Dax. Right.
4 points of bludgeoning damage, and you're going to be knocked down as these deer rush past you.
Oh dear.
Dax rolled a 19.
Okay,
And sorry, how much was that? 12?
just 4.
4.
Yeah, you're just knocked down. Basically, a stampeding, we'll say a stampeding buck is going to kind of clip past you. You're going to dodge out of the way of the antlers, but are going to get hit by one of its rear hooves as it just pushes off you and darts into the woods. As you see this herd of deer just push past you, you can smell like a sharpness. No, more of like a musk on the air. Like a very animalistic musk. Like, Sabina, you will your favored prey is aberrations, right? What's your secondary?
Aberrations and fiends.
And fiends? Okay. You don't quite recognize this. It's not exactly familiar, but it's if anybody wants to, they can make me a quick survival or nature check to see if they can determine what that smell is.
Okay, I'll do survival.
Cool.
Oh, right, I'm at
15.
disadvantage.
15.
Rolled 18, so 23 for survival.
Okay, 23 for survival.
Yeah, just 11 for
22
me.
for survival.
11.
18.
Okay, we'll say that the Sabina just didn't grow up anywhere near these things, but Dorlen, Xarria, Zenada, Kaeko, what'd you get?
15.
15, so not enough by smell alone, but the other ones are going to smell what you're pretty certain is an owlbear.
Mm.
That kind of strange avian ursine musk. And you will hear the sound of
owlbear.
distant. You can hear the sound of shouting around the corner, and as you take in the scene, you'll hear a voice whisper in your mind. I learned the price of my selfishness early. I just wanted to hunt. I just wanted to be among them. Doesn't matter. Sakiri died that night, and I will carry that regret until I join her. The voice leaves you. What do you do?
They were shouting that Sakiri was very wounded, right?
Yeah. Yeah, they were.
I would run towards where they're shouting that from.
Sounds good. So just over this break in the woods, you'll see that there are looks like 4 hunters, all dressed in cloaks, shadowy figures with hazy faces, as if you can't quite remember what they look like, kind of leaning over a very, very wounded person. This person on the ground is not wearing a cloak. It's been stripped off and placed down, pushed into wounds. And so you can see them in the distance. They're about 20 feet away from you as you work that way. What do you do?
I would try to run up and spare the dying.
Okay. As you do, one of them is going to stand up in front of you. It's a very masculine shape. Will turn and say, "Haven't you done enough? Get out of here before you curse the rest of us." Oh! You gonna try to push past?
Yeah, actually.
Okay. What is your armor class?
Without the shield, because I didn't have it up, a 19.
Okay. He is going to try to grab you. Stay away from me, you little shit. And he's going to try to like grab at the side of like your arm, and is just going to miss you. Like you're going to be able to duck around the way. As that happens, 3 more guards are going to stand up.
Well, hello, gentlemen. Let's all keep our cool now. We don't have to go.
Let her
raising
die in peace.
swords.
Haven't you done enough?
We're just trying to help.
Make me a persuasion roll. As you're looking around, you can see that the scene is quite tense. A couple of them have reached to their hunting knives.
30.
Oh.
I rolled a 19.
Nice.
Okay, well, I was kind of set the dip. I was okay. Okay.
Whoa, I'm gonna calm down.
She's not gonna make it. Okay.
Not if you don't let us help her.
We can still try.
Fine, whatever. Just go when you're done. All right. You've done
We
enough
will.
damage.
Let us help her and we'll be on our way. You'll never see us again.
Gods, I wish I would have heard that 15 years ago. The shadowy form is going to step out of the way, and you can see that there is a drow woman. In the red moonlight, you can see the entire clearing that she's laying in is bathed with red, partially blood, partially just the remnants of what used to be a very handsome drow woman. Now you can see owlbear claws having raked out one of her eyes, down her lip, mauling out the side of her throat. It got the better of her, and she is bleeding profusely. It's coming out in globs at this point. What do you do?
Let's see here. I'd like to try to cure wounds her at a 3rd level.
Sure, you absolutely may.
I'm gonna keep my eye out for the see if that they've got the heal in. So I'm Dorlen's gonna take watch and keep his eye out for an owl bear, because he said we kind of smelled something like that might have scared off all the deer.
Totally, and this looks like an owlbear or a bear's injuries. Like these are obviously raking claws, and like the bite in the throat. It doesn't look like it was fangs. It looks like it was more of a beak. Like it was definitely like a solid like chunk taken out of her.
That's some 20 points of healing, and then I wanted to
20.
try to like wrap some of the wounds with gauze, bandagey stuff that I would have in my bag.
As you cast that, you feel the divine essence of the Raven Mother pass through you into the wounds, and you can see the blood stops pumping. The wound begins knitting over, like a weaver on a loom drawing threads together. A bit of color floods back into her cheeks, even in the darkness and the red hue of the moonlight here. You can see that the ashen tones diminish. she'll cough a little bit of blood, and then cough again, and you'll notice then that no blood is coming to her lips. Zachary, security. One of the men will say and try to take a step forward, but she'll raise a hand and lay a hand on yours, Xarria. Good job, boy. Go on, boy. Take one of the carcasses to your ma. Tell her you did a good job tonight. I don't know if a curse truly follows you, but people believe it does. That's enough for them.
I'll do everything in my power to change that. And help out.
Tell your mom that you did a good job.
Thank you.
She should be proud. You've done your best since your pa died.
Thank you.
And so she'll touch your hand with that, and which seems to cement in your mind that the previous vision that you saw, you interceded, but that wasn't the way that it went. In reality, not an hour ago, you would have watched Elixion's father beaten to death. But here, as she puts her hands on yours, you'll hear a whisper in your mind. I have watched Sakiri's death 1,000 times. It never stops tearing my soul apart. But now, I know what she would have said had she lived. That is not what I expected even after so long. What do the rest of you do? In the distance, you can hear a bit of crashing through the underbrush. Heading away from
I'm investigating as sort of sneakily as I can, just to see if there's any other, like, items that look out of place.
Sure. Go ahead and make me a... you can either make me an investigation or a survival check.
Okay. Rolling at disadvantage.
Yeah.
Probably be survival. Oh, that's actually not terrible. My investigation isn't great, but my survival is +8, so 18.
18? Taking a look at this, you can see that the things that should be in this scene are what you'd expect. There's nothing really out of normal. Like, they're wearing hunting cloaks, they've got bows, they have their hunting daggers on them, and the inside of this clearing is quite wrecked. A quick appraisal of this with your survival roll: you're a lifetime hunter. Even with you feeling exhausted, you can look down and see that, well, there are a couple of things that are a little unusual. Where you would normally see, like, north-facing moss, occasionally you'll see little glittering bits of ruidium kind of pushing through the fabric of the dream.
Okay.
But it's more accents than anything else. What you will notice, though, is that you will see that they have caught a couple of things, like a couple of carcasses, small deer mostly. And given the disparate appearances and ages of the people here, and different species, like there are a couple of drow who were here, there are a couple of humans, a couple of half-elves, things like that, even an orc man. You can kind of estimate just by, like, the rough build, even though you can't quite make out their face. It seems like this was a community hunt. Pretty standard for small villages in the middle of nowhere. People go out, they hunt as a group, they divide the meat when they come back. Very necessary for survival. In fact, you've had to do this before, and your family probably did something like this during travels, when they couldn't afford to buy anything.
For sure.
But looking down, you'll remember one of the things that was said as the vision began, which is, those beasts were going to see us through the winter. We'll be short now. And as that occurs to you, you are going to see that there are very obvious owlbear tracks leading away from this clearing and into the forest.
I found some tracks. I guess this will probably be to Zenada and Dorlen, since the other two are talking. But...
Probably, yeah.
What? What tracks?
Yeah, should we be following them? Is that the step that we need to take?
What would Kaeko do? Let's do it.
That sounds like
Not
something Dorlen would
not
do.
without Kaeko.
Oh,
Just let's wait a moment.
oh, that's probably a better idea. Yeah, Kaeko would wait for other people.
Yes, Kaeko would.
Would she? Kaeko, what would you do?
What? What would I what?
There's some tracks. I don't know where. Sabina,
They're
lead the
over
way.
here. Dolan's asking if you would charge off on your own, having found some tracks, or if you'd wait for the rest of the party.
It makes sense to wait for a full party. Remember my motivational speech about how we're better together, Dolan?
That's why I said to myself, what would Kaeko do? And
Kaeko
why
would
we're
wait.
here right
And he,
now.
and he was
that's
only
fair.
mistaken for like 15 seconds.
That's honestly a record for you, Dolan. I'm very
That's quite
impressed.
good.
Sorry, I'm just like, my blood's boiling. I just gotta
All
get
right.
going.
What? We need to go get this owlbear then?
Yeah! Let's do it.
Oh,
So
all right.
perhaps it
Xarria,
has
you
some-
ready?
I am. You take care now. You'll be okay. And she'll brush herself off and get up and
So,
go back to the group.
we're
It's
we're
interesting that the
tracking-
visions don't seem to differentiate between the fact that there's many of us. We all appear to be Elixian to them.
we're
Oh,
all
they saw
elixir.
me as Elixian.
I
I mean,
had
that certainly
forgotten
sounded like that.
why I wasn't
Oh.
too worried about getting close to them, and well,
Oh, I
should
thought,
be more careful
you know,
next
that
time.
happened in the last one. I thought they just thought I was a kid because I was short.
Yeah, that's what I thought too.
I mean, they were calling you
Oh.
cursed.
I mean, it wouldn't be the first time.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah, but
think
they've
I've
never
ever
met
been
you.
called cursed. Thank you very much. Yes, exactly. They have not met. Hey, wait a minute.
Right, let's go find this owlbear before this surprise wears off, because we don't want to be surprised by that creature.
That's a good
I
call.
don't get what the big deal is. I'm not cursed. I mean, I just
You're not
like red.
Dolan. You're not Dolan. And Kaeko will
Red
just
is a very
like
lovely color.
start dragging Dorlen off, probably the wrong direction, because Kaeko doesn't know where the tracks are, and then we'll just like turn around and wait for
Kaeko?
Sabina.
That way.
Whoops. That's what I meant.
Sabina, you can easily track these owlbear. Once again, you, even exhausted as you are, you find yourself moving through the undergrowth with a stealth and an adroitness that is kind of powered by this internal glee. Like, you're back in your environment. Even though this is one of the more lush forests you've seen in years, it's a little bit... There's an acclimatization period. But it's also like going and taking a drink of water when you've been so thirsty that you felt like you could just die. But now as you move through the woods, it takes you, God, maybe 5 minutes before you see the edge of a trail. And on the other side of it, a pair of owlbears pushing through the forest at a good pace. Like, they've seen like they've been kind of like running away and have kind of like started to catch their breath, because they're sprinters. They're not long range animals. So they're probably about 40 feet away from you from the top of a hill that you're standing at, kind of like going into a small valley in the forest that'll crest out.
Do we think we need to fight them?
I don't know, but I could potentially try and hold one. I have a spell that
be able
might
to
paralyze
hit
it.
them.
I mean,
well, they're not
are they
beasts.
even real?
Were they
Yeah, I
hunting
don't
those
think-
for food?
No, I think those stole the food, I'm guessing.
I think so.
They chased it off,
I see.
Wait,
at the very
and
least.
didn't
Well, could they use
Elixian run
them
off?
as food? Yes.
You can
I did
absolutely
remember.
eat
At the
the
beginning?
owlbear.
Did Lixian run off at the beginning of this vision?
That's what it sounded like.
Hmm. That is what it sounded like. Now, the last one ended, I think, when we killed off the people attacking the parents.
Hmm.
This one's not ended yet.
Not yet. So
I feel
saving
like
her
maybe
wasn't
we
goal.
have to.
I think so.
You resolved the other part of it. Xarria.
Hmm.
I don't know, Sabina. Can you? I know.
Sabina, make me another survival roll now that you're up here at the top of the hill.
Double 19s, 27.
27.
Woo.
You are going to like look down at the owlbears, and you can see that they've kind of slowed to a trot. They're both dragging deer. It looks like they probably had attacked while the deer were being hunted, or the owlbears were being hunted, and then they scared off some deer. But it looks like they caught a pair of them. A doe that is probably just shy of full adulthood, and a young buck. And they are starting to tear into them. They're long dead at this point. Good 5 minutes, 10 minutes at least. But and there's no way that they will exist long, as one of the owlbears comes to a stop, puts a claw down, and slowly just rips the head off of one of them, dropping it to the ground and beginning to like start to tear into it. So you could definitely hunt the owlbears. You could also try to spook them and then just take their kills back if you wanted. That could be another option.
That might be a better option.
Hmm.
Do you
Spook
want?
me?
I have.
What about loud noises?
I was gonna
So-
say I have thunderclap.
Do I know enough about what might scare an owlbear? Would that be a nature roll?
That'd be a nature roll. Anybody who wants to make me a nature roll can do that. Yeah, we'll do nature. Even though they're monstrosities, I think nature would probably be best for that.
18?
Nat 1. Kaeko thinks that you can scare them away with hugs.
I got a nat 20 on my.
It's on nat 22, so that ends up being 19.
Oh.
So nat 20 on knowledge about owlbears. Owlbears are about as dangerous to an adventurer as, say, like a brown bear, or probably like a black bear is to a person. I'd say to a commoner, definitely grizzly bear. But they are pretty. They're able to kill a commoner in a single swipe. Very tough. You could definitely take them out. No problem at all. But you will also know that they are very, very keen of both hearing and smell. Or pardon me, sight and smell. Their hearing isn't particularly sharp, which is strange because you think that birds would be. But they're very, very keen-eyed, and they have a very, very sharp sense of smell. So you could potentially overwhelm one of those. A potential like startling noise could work, though. That works on most animals. Sabina.
Druidcraft does create scents. So if we wanted to create a scent of something that was a larger kind of predator that might scare them off a little bit, associated with maybe a large noise.
Okay, so
Large
can
noise
make
and
a
a
large
flash of
noise.
light
Yeah.
might
Yeah.
startle and scare them enough
Sure.
to make them run away quickly.
So Sabina, what would you like to create?
What's bigger than an owl bear? What would an owl bear be afraid of?
I bring out the Kaeko box.
There you go.
I can also thunderclap as well freely without using any sort of. I can just make it happen like that.
Now, I will
Okay,
say,
good.
for those of you who rolled nat 20s, you'll know that owlbears are known for ferocity, aggression, and stubbornness. They're ill-tempered, and they're one of the most feared predators of wild spaces. They also are not afraid of much in terms of other predators. And even monsters that outmatched in size and strength avoid tangling with them because it's just not worth it. Because they'll try to hold on to things real well. So most predators, they're not going to be afraid of. You might want to go like much bigger. You consider them like the badgers of the animal world.
Oh,
I mean, maybe a
Oh.
dragon? Sabina?
Do you know what a dragon smells like, Sabina?
Nothing really wants to tangle with these things.
I mean, I've smelled lizards before, but I don't know about dragons.
Maybe like a giant lizard, a little bit of the smell of burning.
Sulfur.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, they already have food. I was gonna say perhaps we could lure them off with the smell of something better, but they already have fresh kills, so maybe not. I can certainly try.
What about lightning?
Also lightning.
Thunderclap plus a flash. Really bright flash.
What?
Give me a moment.
Smell of dragon with thunder, 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 lightning. Thunder, thunder, thunder.
Thunder? Not thunder.
Feel the
Lightning.
thunder. I don't know. I can also just go talk to them.
So
Oh, I suppose that's true.
you could try if you want to. So Sabina, if you want to try to do that, go ahead and give me a deception roll with
There's-
disadvantage.
Stubborn, angry bastards, those things, though.
Yes, but I also befriended many primal moorbounders. So it's possible.
Oh boy, we're gonna fight these.
Yeah, probably.
Sabina's gonna get eaten.
Yep.
Which I think
Keiko's
we're doing this.
preparing a
research.
thunderclap while she's gonna go talk to them. If it looks wrong, if they look like to make a swipe, Keiko's doing a big ass clap.
Okay.
I think that's a really good idea.
All right.
You gotta kind of hop on Dax and ride forward a little bit and cast Speak with Animals.
Okay.
Because it's
I'm
not
gonna have my
concentration.
Ruidium spear ready to throw that sucker.
All right. So the animal,
And I'm
the
rolling
owlbears have
deception?
stopped at the bottom of the hill and have begun to. And as you cast that, what are you going to do?
I would like to walk up and hello.
Stay away from kill.
Of course. And she'll take a bit of a step back. I was wondering, perhaps you guys have done such a wonderful job of catching those. There are some people that are also very hungry, and perhaps as such great and wonderful hunters that you are, perhaps you could assist them, as they are weak and somewhat useless. So it would
Beat the
be
weak.
very benevolent. Well, yes, but they are good at other things. Perhaps they could do something for you.
Make me persuasion.
Is there some? Is there something you've perhaps needed smaller hands for?
Or hands. Don't forget
Tiny
you have disadvantage.
beehives. Yes, oh, I know. That's not great. That's a whopping 7
Whopping 7.
off the other 19 that I rolled.
Oh,
but a whopping
no.
7. Yay,
Oh,
disadvantage.
Yay, disadvantage. They're going to kind of. What cat tastes like?
Very bad. Very stringy. Not good.
Maybe we eat you. One of the owlbears drops its carcass and begins to take a step to flank.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
Alright.
thunder.
Thunder? Okay. So,
Yup.
Keiko, where are you casting Thunderclap? How are you doing this?
So I realized that the spell, so I was with Sabina, because it has to be 5 feet away from me.
Oh, perfect.
Okay.
There you go.
Okay, so you.
So I think Sabina will whistle and duck, and Keiko's just gonna go flomp with her hands. So 5 feet, and it's a it's just 5 feet. Each creature within range, other than you, 100 feet away. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. All of y'all have to make a con save for me.
Oh no!
Oh, I'm actually in the back for once a little bit because I started doing some adjustments on my armor to get ready to lightning bolt these buggers.
Apparently,
close.
my
Are you
guide-
100 feet away from me,
I think we're
Dorlen?
100 feet away.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
So this
100 feet.
This is Thunder
Ooh,
Wave
rolled an
or
8.
Thunderclap?
This is Thunderclap. This is a
Okay.
cantrip.
and sorry, what's
So-
the save?
15. Con.
30, 20.
So,
My
Christine?
dice are really nice
All right,
today.
21.
My dice vastly prefer me tonight over last week or the week before.
Mhm.
So that's another Dork Tales.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
I got a 12 for Dax and a 15 for Sabina.
It's fine because I rolled minimum damage. So they're gonna if you fail, you take 2 points. If you succeed the 15, you take 1 point of thunder damage.
Okay.
goodness.
They
That
are
is
going. One of
loud.
them. What's my save? What's my DC?
15.
15.
15.
Con.
One will fail, one will succeed.
All right,
and
so one
there is
takes
going to-
2, one takes 1.
Okay. They are
That's more
going
like-
to. You're going to. And there's going to be an immense thunderclap that rings out overhead. Dorlen, what are you doing?
I'm casting lightning bolt to go with the
Okay.
thunderclap. So he pops out the little like tube on his arm, and like he's been like mixing a bunch of stuff together in a bunch of these different tubes, and he just takes one and he just shoves the tube one little beaker into the tube, and just like it's like, oh, let's see if this works, and cast lightning bolt.
All right. So cast lightning bolt. Are you casting it on them or near them?
I was hoping to try and get it just kind of between them to scare them off.
Okay.
I know it's a waste of a big spell, but
Mhm.
just kind of like on the ground right between them. Hoping to plan it so that it matches up kind of with Kaeko's
Sure. All right.
thunderclap.
So go ahead and cast the spell. Yeah.
Could I use
that-
that to do an intimidate check, maybe?
Sure.
With
Let's do it. Go
advantage
ahead.
because it's a third level spell?
I'll give you intimidate with advantage from Kaeko's. Kaeko's.
Yes. I'll take it.
So you and Kaeko together will give an advantage on intimidate.
Nice.
Now, do you want to roll the
so that's-
intimidate? Okay.
Oh.
I was gonna say, or if you want Kaeko to do it, but go ahead.
Either or.
What'd you get?
If
I-
Keiko rolls it with advantage from the help action of the thunder.
I got a 22.
Okay.
I'm just curious what I would roll.
Hmm.
Okay.
I would have rolled a 23, Dorlen, with advantage. So
Oh my goodness.
Okay. There
Next time,
is-
Dorlen. Next time.
Okay. So, even with it, even assuming that these creatures had advantage, I'm going to say that they had disadvantage because of the teamwork on that, or I'm going to say that they rolled flat, that they didn't have their normal bravery because of this, because it was such a sudden explosion. I rolled double threes. So the thunderclap is going to hit. The bolt of lightning is going to explode between them, setting some of the ground on fire. And as that happens, Sabina, out of the corner of your eye, you're going to see beneath you like little bits of the moss and deadfall from trees that's laying on the ground here, going to start to burn away, and bits of kelp are going to start to wave up through the forest floor. The owlbears are going to shriek, turn, and stampede away from you, dropping their kills behind them.
That's right.
yoink the kills.
Okay.
Good job.
Yeah, I'll try to get one up on Dax's back.
Aw.
Keiko will huff the other one.
All right. Taking them back, you are going to make your way back to the clearing, carrying the deer with you. Sakiri is on her feet,
Good.
and she takes a look at you and smiles and nods. And as she does, the world is going to shift again, fading away as you once more find yourself in the Netherdeep. She fades away, and lying on the floor where her death site was, you are going to see that there is instead a treasure chest.
I'm not supposed to touch things anymore.
Oh, that's my job. I'm on it.
Zenada's gonna back away and stand behind somebody.
Hmm. Well, just do be careful, Dorlen.
Oh, I got this. It's just a little treasure chest. What could go wrong? And Dorlen will
Famous
I'm
last
just
words,
saying-
Dorlen. Famous last words.
Yeah.
Dorlen will well try and open it.
Okay. The lid will easily open at your touch. The hinges are well oiled, and it'll be. Well, probably
Oh.
won't. But it'll shunk. Because there's no.
That was kind of disappointing.
However, inside, it's not very large. It's more of a coffer than a full chest. I'd say it's about enough for like a couple pairs of boots, maybe. But as you open it up, you'll see that inside are quite a few things, actually. You'll see that there are 15 tiny rubies lying in a little neat pile. As well, 2 6-inch tall, solid gold figurines of owlbears. One is on all fours, the other is reared up on its hind legs.
Didn't explode on you, Dorlen.
No, or I guess that's actually fortunate. I
It's
probably
it's
should have looked for
fortunate.
traps first.
And she's-
So far, so
The
good.
next time.
But look at
What'd you
these, and
find? Oh.
I'll pick up the one that's like rearing up, the owlbear, and be like, oh, and there's some rubies in here too. But look at these things.
He looks
Look, that-
ferocious.
That looks
Can I make
very
an
detailed.
Arcana check on it?
Looks expensive too.
Sure, totally.
Oh, that's not good. I think that's a 7. Yep.
7.
Yep.
It is an owlbear, but but your sense is your senses are tingling. Your treasure hunter senses are tingling, and you'll kind of like, this is solid gold. This is heavy. Like the figurine is about 6 inches. Like it's like, about this big, but you could bludgeon a man to death with it. This weighs about 2 pounds.
Wow.
Oh, right. So put that in the bag of holding and on to the next one.
Are the
Sure.
rubies really rubies or are they ruidium?
Oh,
Ruidubies?
Oh, that's a very good
Rubidium?
question.
Rubidium.
Rubidium.
yeah. I'll take a closer
ahead.
look at them.
Sure. Go ahead. Make me an investigation check. I'll also allow Arcana if you prefer.
Oh no,
Oh, I should
investigation
get-
is bomb.
I should get in
that will-
contact with the other group.
That'll be a 26.
No, they're just rubies from the looks of it.
No, they're just rubies. I'll hand them over.
Just
to Kaeko.
rubies.
That's less
No,
exciting.
we're keeping all of it in your bag of holding so
okay.
it doesn't get ruined.
So it's in all in one place.
Here, let's
Yeah.
just like you said, it was a small little coffer. We'll just put everything in there, and then just put the coffer in there.
Perfect. Leave nothing behind.
We're such millennials. Ooh, a box.
Ooh, a box. But
It
it's
was a
really
good box. Okay.
From here, you can see that there's a passageway to the north that stretches off as well.
Before we go, Kaeko will pull out the sending stone and. Hello, it's Kaeko. Can you guys hear me? Over.
Who was the one with the other one?
Ooh, I forget who we gave it to.
Either I or girl Xarria, I think.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'll roll. Io has it.
Okay.
There is no reply. However, Sabina, she's alive. You can feel it.
Do we? How long has it been? Do you think?
Maybe 20 minutes?
Who knows? Maybe they're in a
Not-
vision.
Not very long. Maybe they
Maybe it
don't
messes
connect
with them.
across.
Well, we should probably wait. I mean, if we did it in 20 minutes and they're doing it in an hour and a half, should we continue on? Or wait?
I mean, there's no telling what will happen next, but
I mean, we're in good
Wait.
shape still, so we could keep going.
yeah.
I'm gonna take out a big stick, or like a crowbar or something, and just in the sand on the ground, I'm just gonna draw a big arrow pointing in the only direction we can go. And it's like, there. Oh, wait. And I'll just sign Dorlen in the sand.
Proof of life, I suppose.
Yeah.
So the
I'm sure
sending
there's so many people.
stones do reach across planes. I don't know if that has any effect on the visions. There's, I think, you have to roll, and there's like a 5% chance if it is like reaching across planes. Don't know if that has anything to do with it.
Nope, it doesn't appear so.
Okay.
Not that you know, anyway. You don't think so, but
Yeah.
I mean,
no
could
worries.
just be that she's busy.
Yeah, it's true.
That's fair.
It could be mid-fight, yeah.
Yeah, it could
Yeah.
be.
I didn't roll for it or anything. We'll see. All right. So with that, you can head back into the previous grotto to meet up with them, or you can continue to the north without them.
I think we should continue.
Continue. We said we would just checking in.
We said a time limit. We didn't say a room limit.
Yeah.
In the words of Kaeko, let's do it.
All right, let's go. Onward.
Plus, we're still feeling pumped up from your very good speech earlier.
Yes,
so-
it's true. We have about 40 minutes left on that speech then.
Oh, perfect.
40 minutes left on that speech. I just love
Kaeko's
the way that you
being-
And then I was seriously just,
Motivating.
whoa.
It's like, yeah.
All right. That's great. All right, so taking a minute to catch your breath and to resolve from the previous one, you will begin swimming down quite a long tunnel. It weaves in and out for a good 100 feet before making its way into another large grotto. But as you step into this one, as your consciousness once more melds with the Apotheons, you will remember a tale from the Calamity, when Elixion took shelter in the home of 3 women. For one night, the women fed Elixion and gave him a bed to sleep in. Now you stand outside their home, near which are planted 3 unsightly gravestones made of jagged red crystal. In your mind, you hear Elixion say, "They welcomed me into their home. Why can't I remember their faces? Why can't I remember their names? Please, help me remember." The house in front of you is completely... Sorry, please. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, I'd go look at the gravestones.
So the gravestones, like, they're obviously like markers made of ruidium, but there's nothing particularly like... There's nothing on them that marks them as anything.
There's no names.
No.
Yes, I guess he doesn't remember, so we need to figure that out.
Shall we go in?
I think
I'm
so.
guessing we have no choice. If it's a puzzle, I'm going to be not much help. I'm sorry, but I will break down doors. I'll
Buddy
try and talk
system.
to anyone.
Don't sell yourself short, Kaeko. You're very helpful.
Let's go,
Well,
Zenada.
thank you.
Buddy system.
Do you head into the house?
Oh, yeah.
Before we go in,
Mhm.
Keiko's going to hear this slightly ominous music playing in her head right now. And she's going to this is funny because this is how she listens to things, right? So she's hearing
You
this.
made a character that can hear the soundtrack.
Yes, of course I made a character that can hear the soundtrack. This is like me. And she's going to hear this and she's gonna somehow pull that out of the air and just encircle it around the group, casting my aria of suspense. Which
Anxiety, I missed
you. Yep. So it's only adding 5 now to environmental traps and hazards. And we can't be surprised.
Well, sucks to be you because I just changed the song.
Oh well.
Don't worry, the other one
Still
will come back.
spooky.
The
Good.
song
Okay.
also is anxiety.
Yeah, right? This song is
I
also
do a
really
different
great.
kind.
Ooh.
I'll tell you during the break what I'm really excited about. musically. You step into the house. The front door is hanging off its hinges. It looks like it was broken down. Or perhaps it rotted? The house is in ruins. Corpses and smashed furniture are strewn throughout the ground floor of the house, which contain a living room and a kitchen, plus a small dining room. A damaged staircase leads up to a second-floor bedroom. It's not a particularly large house. This is the first thing you need to know. This is pre-calamity. People lived a little more simply back then, a little more Spartan. What do you do? Do you look around? Do you do some investigation? What do you want to do?
Absolutely. I poke around in everything.
Sounds great.
Yes,
Where do you want to
agreed.
go?
Yeah.
So there are basically the ground floor is predominantly a kitchen and kind of a living room and hearth area.
Kitchen sounds good.
Okay. Taking a look around, does anybody search the living room on the main floor? So there's basically
I
two
think
main
I
rooms on
would.
the. Okay.
Kaeko
Anybody
will
want
assist Xarria with that. She'll
As-
help by like pointing out, things in the living room, lifting up couches and pillows for her.
Sounds good. Moving corpses.
Sounds.
Yeah, moving corpses. Yeah.
Oh,
So
There
Nada's
are-
gonna try and just keep an overall look at
Sure.
like the generic area, so nothing sneaks up and attacks us that way.
So
or-
Zenada, what I want you to do is make me a perception roll.
Okay.
I'd like anyone who's investigating the specific rooms to make investigation rolls. If you are assisting, then Xarria, Kaeko is assisting you, so you may roll with advantage. Sabina, are you assisting Dorlen?
I was gonna say, I think I'll help Dorlen.
Okay, sounds
Are you
good.
sure?
And Dax will keep watch with Zenada.
ooh, 19 and 18. My dice are very
ooh.
good. Hold on, though.
So that's a 28.
Okay, so you guys are good. Looking-
21.
21. Perfect. So you'll make your way back toward the kitchen, Dorlen and Sabina. And what did you get on your roll to just kind of perceive the general area, Zenada?
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20? Doing a quick count of heads, you can see that, the ground floor itself has about 10 corpses. 3 women, 5 Grimlocks, and 2 human warriors, clad in blood-stained chainmail. You've seen sights like this before. It looks like the soldiers were trying to defend them from the Grimlocks when they were slain. The creatures look like they are several days dead. You'd have to do more investigating to actually know more than that, but they are definitely in rigor mortis. Long since beyond the range of healing, though. You're not sure if there's more trouble upstairs, but this does not look good. In the kitchen, you spend, I don't know, a couple minutes in there probably. And you can see that the table, a little wooden table in the middle of the kitchen, is strewn with flour and blood. It looks like someone was making a loaf here. There is an old, like a congealed, beginning to mold bit of starter dough on the floor that was knocked over. And as you are looking around, you'll see it looks like a pretty normal, basic kitchen. But you'll find a folded note next to a torn bag of cinnamon, splattered with blood and tied shut with a green ribbon. Do you open the note?
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
Marissa.
Oh, what's this?
The note reads, Marissa, for that little cake you like so much.
Marissa. I'll look over at Sabina. For that little cake you like so much.
I'm guessing one of the names is Marissa.
Oh, right. Sorry, I forgot what we were doing in here. And spy the cinnamon?
Yeah, you can take the cinnamon too if you want.
Yeah. You know what? I'm gonna take the cinnamon and the ribbon.
Okay.
And
It's tied
it
with the
wasn't
ribbon, so-
signed, right? It just said.
No, it just said Marissa for that little cake you like so much. Looks like it was like with the cinnamon, like a little present that had been given.
Yes. Okay. It was dropped off.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe it's a clue.
Speaking
Well,
of
of course
clues,
it is.
as we swap into the living room behind you, Xarria and Kaeko, you move around, like adjusting things, moving between the bodies. There is, next to the hearth, this large wooden table that is strewn with herbs and bottles and incense sticks all over the work table and on the floor. Kind of like someone was tooling around in here, and then suddenly something happened, and everything was just thrown to the winds. Taking a quick look around, you'll see that there isn't very much in this room. Aside from this, it looks like, well, Xarria, you'll know immediately. It looks like someone was making incense. You can't really detect any of the, maybe some sandalwood, maybe some clove, but it's kind of gone stale, kind of covered up by the scent of blood in this room. But as you are moving some things around, Kaeko is going to like lift up some of the debris from like a collapsed bit of wall. And as she does, you're going to spy that there is underneath kind of like a broken chair that the wall smashed, a book.
Oh, good job. I'm going to take a look at it.
Oh,
Written in the common tongue is the title Scents for the Seasons. Do you open it?
Oh, yeah.
On the inside cover, you'll see that it has just looked like a little owner's inscription. Celeste Zenthus.
Oh. I was wondering if we could find a book or perhaps a photo album. That's perfect. I think one of them was Celeste. She'll turn it around and...
Keiko's gonna like make out a letter because Dorlen's been teaching her. I recognize that.
There you go. Perfect. All right, well. It's only one piece of the puzzle.
Let's see if the other ones found anything. Maybe they have another piece.
Perhaps.
We found a name on a note. A Marissa.
We found a name in a book.
Mm-hmm.
Celeste Zenthos.
Xanthus.
Did you read it yourself,
Correct.
Kaeko?
I had a bit of help from Xarria, but
But she did very well on her own.
I'm proud of you.
thank you.
With that, there's only one other place in the house, up the rickety stairs. Zenada, do you wait for everyone else? Do you head upstairs? What are you doing while everyone's searching around?
I think, yeah, if I've looked over to kind of determine there doesn't seem to be any like imminent danger to them down here, I'll go have a look upstairs.
Okay, so as you're all looking around, you'll hear the creak and see that Zenada appears to have gone upstairs while you were doing your own perusal. Now, the top floor is not nearly as much in disarray as the bottom. It's pretty sparse though. There's one large bed and one small bed off to the side. It looks like a pair of parents and a child grew up here. But, well, the small bed is not, say, like diminutive. It's about the size of like a twin. And as you are looking around the room, can you please make me an investigation check?
Sure. 15.
15. Looking around the room, you'll see things that kind of remind you of your own youth traveling around. You'll see polishing cloths, oil for weapons and armor. You'll see a well-used starter's whetstone. Little flecks of old dried blood on it from where someone had sharpened a blade and gotten a little too careless. And also, as you're looking around, lying on the smaller bed, discarded in a hurry, you will see that there is the sheath of a short sword. And alongside, on its leather, is the name Mary.
Mary.
And as you say that aloud, the rest of you kind of converge to the bottom, have shown your clues to each other. You are going to hear this horrid noise rise up around you. As
I didn't do it.
the wind begins to rattle through the windows, and suddenly, in the center of the floorboards are going to start creaking and shaking, and are going to start to bend. Bits of nail are going to peel out of old, dilapidated boarding. Things are going to fall off shelves, and suddenly, in the midst of the common room downstairs, right around you, 3 spectral images are going to rise from the women's corpses and are going to shriek. And I would like an initiative roll.
Ooh. Oh boy.
Oh, darn.
Okay.
And we have advantage on this from anxiety?
You do have advantage on this.
Really?
But we don't have
good.
advantage on anxiety. We just aren't surprised.
Okay.
Gotcha.
You were not surprised.
Oh,
Yeah.
so no advantage from anxiety.
All right.
Yeah.
13.
13. Go ahead and pop them in the chat for me. Okay.
I, on the other hand, do have advantage on initiative.
Oh, there it is.
Sounds good. All right. So starting off there, I have Zenada with a 23. I have Sabina with a 19. I have Kaeko. I have Ghost 1. I have Dorlen. Then I have... Oh, actually, good job, Xarria. I have Xarria, and then Ghost 2 and Ghost 3. Because I rolled real poor on them, except for one of them.
I mean, so did I.
All right. So with that, the ghosts are going to rise out of their corpses and begin shrieking horridly at you. Zenada, you hear this from downstairs. Basically, like as you say the name, you can see directly down the stairs from here, and see these ghosts rising up.
Shit, that was probably my fault. I want to try and just jump down the stairs.
You can do so as half your movement. Yeah.
Sweet. Now these look pretty ghostly.
They are absolutely ghosts.
So I'm guessing my sword is not going to work.
It might.
Might.
If it's magic, yeah.
Magic.
It is a 1+1.
Sure.
But the Ruidium Sphere might be more working? Because of the area.
Okay.
So I think I might pull the spear.
Okay. So you draw
I
your
don't get
spear.
any bonuses with it, but
Mhm.
I think I'll try that.
All right. So leaping down the stairs, you can see 3 of them they're kind of in like a semicircle around your friends at this point.
Okay. I'm going to jump down and try and interpose myself. And then I would like to hold my action
Okay.
from there. If they attack, I will react with an attack. If
Sounds
they
good. So you basically,
with
if
one.
they attack, you attack.
Yeah. Otherwise, I will wait and give the others a chance to maybe talk their way out of this. I'm not that interested in that, but I know they are.
Sounds good. All right. So as you interpose yourself and point a spear, one of them looks at you. The ghost smells faintly of sugar and cinnamon, and will snarl at you. Our home defiled! Another behind you that smells faintly of incense will snarl, "We sheltered him. We died for him." Sabina, it's your turn.
I think I'm going to follow in the same footsteps of Zenada and just have her short sword ready, and then prepare for one attack from her and one attack from Dax if they attack.
Sounds good. Okay, preparing to attack. Anything else? All right, Kaeko.
I think Kaeko is going to kind of look at what her party member is doing, and then she's gonna go, "Now, ladies, we're just here to talk. We want to know what happened to you. We want to know what happened to you. Let's hear your story. We mean you no harm. We want to be able to..."
Defiance. Defiled her.
How?
They slew us.
The Grimlocks?
And he won't even remember our name.
He's asking us to remember you for. We're here to help. He wants to
You
know.
cannot
It's causing
help
him.
the dead. The first one, the one holding a lantern in her hand, who smells like cinnamon, rears back with a shriek to attack. Would you like to do anything before she does?
Myself?
Yeah.
Would you count my talking as, what would have that been?
That would have been just your talking portion, unless you want to make an action out of it.
I was wondering about doing persuasion. A persuasion roll to, like, do an action to persuade them to stop attacking
You may,
us.
with disadvantage.
Okay. Whoop. That's going to be a 19. I'm going to use my determination to bring it
Make that
to a
20.
23.
Okay. She will snarl. Her face begins to slowly, like, kind of disintegrate. The ectoplasm stretching into a cruel skeletal visage. You cannot help the dead. We are forgotten, left to rot. They
We're
took our
here to
lives.
remember. If you add us to your pile, then you will be forgotten.
So will you. Dorlen, what do you do?
I'm going to go up to the one that Keiko's been talking to and try and worm my way, like, around there. And I'm going to take out the note, because this one smelled like cinnamon and
Yes.
sugar, right?
One of those smell like cinnamon and
I'm going
sugar,
to take out the note and the cinnamon. I'm like, he did care. This wasn't his fault. See? And, like, try and show her the note and see if that helps the situation.
She looks at your direction, but she doesn't seem to be able to really acknowledge what you're holding out.
I'm gonna read it. What was it? Marissa? I forget exactly what it said.
It
This is for the
said,
cakes you like so much or something.
for the cakes you like so
Cinnamon
much.
for the cakes you like. Yeah.
Marissa, for the cakes you like so much.
Her face will, like, re-solidify, and you can see that she's quite an attractive woman, fair-skinned, long hair that kind of blows in a spectral wind, and a high-necked shirt with a bodice top on it, that has a bunch of like stab and claw wounds through it that still kind of bleed ectoplasm. Alexian. Her voice sounds normal again. Alexian.
Yes?
You brought this ruin to us. Don't you care? Don't you care what you did to us? You say you want to remember our names, but do you actually care? Are you even fucking sorry?
I think maybe he doesn't remember because it was too painful.
Painful is watching my daughter killed in front of my eyes.
And he wasn't the one that killed you. I mean, how
You brought them here, Alexian. They followed you. They followed your curse.
well, that's
Stop pretending you're not him.
that's just uncalled for. That's just super. Red is a lovely color, okay?
You're not sorry at all.
I'm sorry. I don't want any of you to die, and that's why we're not trying to fight you.
Xarria. As Dorlen says that, it's your turn. What would you like to do?
She'd like to go walk over to the one that smells of incense
Mm-hmm.
and hold up the book. And Celeste, may we make this incense together in your honor? May I be able to do anything to help you rest in peace? I cannot do the damage done to your body, but I'd like to help your soul.
Alexian. She will solidify in front of you. A dark-skinned woman, human, with large, curled, kinked hair, grown naturally, dressed in kind of like a slightly fur-fringed robe. You can see that like her throat had been stabbed out and kind of trickles into the aether. Alexian. Why did this happen to us? Why did you let this happen? Did you even know?
I never meant for you to get hurt.
Intent is not what is important. Results. Effect. I accept your apology, Apotheon. And as Celeste says that, she softens even further. The wound begins to dissolve off her throat. And suddenly, she appears almost alive again. I would die for you, moon-cursed and moon-blessed. 1,000 times if need be. It wasn't your fault. And she will vanish in a wisp of smoke.
Thank you.
Now that having been said, the younger girl, who looks like a combination of the two of them, quite fit, maybe 16, maybe 17 at most, a young soldier is going to snarl and dive at the first of you there. Sabina and Zenada, you both have your held actions. So Zenada, you have your first action. She is going to lunge forward and try to assault. Probably Kaeko is the closest to her, I think.
Okay. Can I use the held attack to block that?
You can. I'll say you can use it to impose disadvantage on her attack. Yeah,
Sure.
that's not
I'll try
technically
and
part of the help action.
Thrust
but it
the
works for
spear
her.
out to block the swing or whatever.
Absolutely, that sounds fantastic. She is going to kind of like just explode into this like horrible, like shrieking visage, and I need everyone who can see her to make me, all of you, I guess, to make me a wisdom save.
With advantage.
With advantage.
Yes.
Because I'm so motivational.
I will roll for Dax because it's funny. Oh my
Thank
god,
you,
Dax
advantage.
failed. Dax failed.
15. High rolling.
He is like +6.
Oh, does he have +6?
What,
gosh.
what was it again? For Dex or
Wisdom.
Wisdom? Yeah, because he gets
crap.
he gets my proficiency and he's +2, so he's +6.
Damn, I wanted him to Scooby-Doo this.
I mean, feel free to. I'm very much okay if he
Okay,
does.
he is fine, but he's going to kind of like he's gonna yelp at this and then like compose himself with a bit of shame.
All of my dice love me
22 for
tonight.
me.
Okay.
That's
nat
another
20.
nat 20.
Okay.
Jesus.
What?
That's wonderful. I'm gonna say that you.
4 tonight. Holy
It's a
shit.
different
just-
d20 too.
I'm gonna say that there is this moment where like you just like it lunges at you. You're like, not today, ghost. Fuck off, ghost. And you're kind of like,
Piss off, ghost.
piss off, ghost. And you're just gonna lunge in, and that's how you
Fuck
can
off, you
easily block.
spooky bitch.
Did anybody get a below a 15 on this?
I got 15.
I got
Yeah, 15.
15.
That's not below. Good, because it was actually lower than that. So with that, the ghost is going to lunge forward and attempt to touch Kaeko. Kaeko, is your armor class 9?
No, I thought you were gonna say something like, I thought you were gonna say like joking 15, and it's like, man, don't harsh my 15.
Okay, so the younger child is going to lunge forward, moving through part of the banister and lunging to reach out at Kaeko, only to meet the solid force that is Zenada's. You're using the spear?
Yeah.
Okay, the Iridium Spear is going to block her way and push her back, and that is going to be the end of her turn. But also Sabina had a held action, which I didn't forget about.
Yeah, I did say that I would attack, so I
Okay.
guess I'm kind of in a position where I'm going to attack this girl.
I mean, you
said
can
I would
choose not to if you're still ready, but you can absolutely.
Yeah, well, if I can continue to hold my action, if it looks like Zenada has this under control.
Sure.
I know usually it's like held action. If action happens, do action.
You can but you can always choose to not do something.
Okay, fair. In that case, she will continue to hold the action, or get rid of her action and just
Sure.
waste the turn. That's fine as well.
That sounds fine to me. Okay, so so you're going to do that. So we're going to go to the top of the initiative order again. Zenada, you have blocked. It is your turn.
Okay, so I'm face to face with this, and it's the martial looking one, so it's probably the one that I know the name of.
Mm-hmm.
Oh god, I'm not good at words, particularly as this character.
Buddy system.
Yeah, I know the two of you that just can't say things.
I'm going to attempt persuasion. I'm not quite thinking of exactly what to say right now, but something along the lines of like using her name and then maybe speaking more as a fighter, but still apologizing, but being like, I didn't intend for this to happen to you. I'm sorry, sort of thing, but in
Sure.
bit more like probably rougher language because fighters.
Sure. Something akin to like, I'm sorry, Mary. This wasn't it wasn't meant to go this way. Something like that.
Yeah, that works.
Sure. Okay. So go ahead.
Persuasion.
Just go ahead and say it.
I'm sorry, Mary. I didn't mean for it to go this way.
And The ghost is going to push back off of the spear, re-solidifying into a very human-like visage. And you can absolutely see like the wavy shoulder-length hair with like the curls right at the tip, strong arms, sharp eyes. Definitely takes after Marissa more than her other mother. I died a soldier like my mother. What happened was neither our fault nor yours. Be well, Alexian. And with that, the ghost will step back and dissolve. Sabina, it is your turn. One ghost remains snarling.
It's the one with the cinnamon that was talking to Dorlen, right?
No, it is. Oh, yes, it is.
Yeah, Versa.
Yeah,
I was,
absolutely is. It
yeah.
absolutely is.
Okay.
That is the first one.
Dorlan said red's a good color and fucked it up.
Yeah, yeah.
I guess I'm gonna try to like maybe step in front of Dorlen,
Okay.
and maybe
How
take her
dare.
eye. And and just look up and say, I'm Marissa. I am sorry. This wasn't, you didn't deserve this. Nobody deserved this. And I promise you I spent the rest of my life trying to make up for it.
She blinks slowly, and you watch her face return to its... to a mirror of what it once was. Alexian. Alexian. She reaches up to touch your cheek. When they came for us, I feared they would kill you too. It is good to hear your voice. Be well. Be well. And do not mourn. Where we are, no one can harm us anymore. We are glad that you are alive. This was
I will
not
make your sacrifice worthwhile.
Who can ask for more? And with that, she will vanish. The ghosts will all just slowly dissolve. And once again, you find yourself underwater.
Well, that was some close encounters of the third kind.
I hope they can actually rest in peace, though.
Marissa, Celeste, and Mary.
Hmm.
And as you say that, the voice echoes through you. Marissa, Celeste, Mary. The Crawling King's horde destroyed them, and I was not there to help. Yet, they forgave me. Was that all it really took? With that, as you look around, part of the wall to the north crumbles away, revealing a passage that you had not seen previously. There are now exits to the south of this room, to the northwest, to the northeast, and to the east, which is the route that you came through. do you do?
How long does it seem like it's been? Or perhaps we can try to tell the other team again.
You'll hear a shiver. On your sending stone. Hello? Hey, sorry, you were trying to call? Hello?
Yes. Hello. We're in a big cavern. We've done 2 of them. Sorry, we went ahead, but we tried to call you after the first one, and you didn't answer your walkie-talkie.
Yeah, we just had some part of the wall open down here.
Ask them if they need help.
Are you okay? Do you need help?
Yeah. Hold on. Dorlen's really loud. Can you have him talk again?
Dorlen, talk.
Do you need help?
Can you hear us? You hear echo from the southern passage.
I can hear them.
Oh, I can hear them.
Yes.
Hello?
Aw, the cinnamon's all wet now. Oh well, goes back in the bag of holding. Hello!
Come down this way.
Hello?
Oh, hold on. Come down this way. Part of the wall just caved in, and this feels like a trap. I'd rather send Dorlen in.
I mean,
I'd
that's
rather
fair.
send me in too.
I think.
All right, Dorlen, you.
Okay.
Which one does it seem to be coming from?
Mhm.
That's Io. That's Io, 100%.
Oh, which
No.
passageway?
Which pathway?
The
South
southern
way.
passageway. Southern passageway. Sorry, Kaeko, you were saying?
Okay.
I'll say, all right, we're sending in the gnome.
All right, and that seems like a great place for us to call a quick break. So, folks, don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Also, before we go on that break, I apologize for that jerk in the chat earlier. That's why we have mods to ban people like that. But
Hell yeah.
screw 'em.
Yep.
Or don't.
Yeah,
have sex
don't
with
do
people
that
like
actually. Unless it's like an actual
No.
screw and it's like through the thumb, then yes.
Yeah.
We can't.
there
We
you
do
go.
not endorse violence on this stream. But hey,
However,
if
If
you
it
were doing
happens.
theoretical violence, then that's different. Screw 'em. All right, Robin's quick with the gun though. She's like,
Yes.
all
I
right.
was
I saw
my mouse lagged and I was like hovering up it was jumping around
You
and I couldn't
accidentally
get to the
ban
right
Raven
button.
with baubles
Robin.
instead. Just ban. Oh shit!
Oh no! Yeah, right.
I've done that
exactly.
before, where I've gone to ban someone actually like block Traz. I'm like,
Oh yeah, that was hilarious. Oh, poor Trez.
Traz takes a while. Anyway, folks, we gotta go pee,
Yep.
so we'll be back. Hello, everyone. Welcome. This is the part of the program where we talk to the chat. I heard someone talking about the Patreon in the chat, and so I'm back. Poof. Hello, welcome.
I was summoned.
Welcome, my livelihood. Yeah, I'm happy to talk about anything. Robin, are you excited to be running your first game? Really?
I am excited. A little nervous. I've been working on the graphics. I actually sent you a while ago when you mentioned I sent you a bunch of videos for potential snow globe stuff to send to Michael.
Fancy. Well, I'll just handle the
so-
snow globe portion. So,
Okay, cool.
I'm excited for
but-
that character. I was so like we did the wig test this weekend before you were throwing up.
Yes.
I think it'll be good. I know I said that I'd let the Patreon decide what I was going to play, but I think they're going to just auto approve it when I say the 3 characters that it's based on.
Yeah.
It's going to be a lot of fun. So
It's
let's
great.
put about.
I need to clean that wig for you.
I really appreciate it and take
You
some of the
never
things
know.
out of it.
The chat is a random and chaotic group of individuals that might surprise you.
It's true. So yeah, what else is happening? So on the Patreon, we just did a big vote on what games people want to see the most. And a lot of them were games I wanted to play the most. So I'm very excited about that. There's going to be, there's a Hunter the Vigil game that's going to be coming that's been in production for about 3 months now. I'm just waiting for Michael to finish. We're doing something weird with the graphics because we're going to see if we can do a more vertical look for that because there's going to be less players, a little more story focused in that one. So we'll see if how that looks when he gets a chance to actually work on completely redesigning everything, which I imagine takes tons of time. So thank you, Michael, for your hard work there, dude, and for always. But then there's a Demon the Descent game that people want and a Scion game, so where you're all like the descendants of gods, going on modern day adventures, which is just great. I've got a really kind of sexy idea for that I've told people. I'm curious to see how that goes. It's hard casting people though for short runs. Like people really want to get cast in long run things, but in short runs they're like, I don't know if I have the time. Like, well, it's like 1 day a month. You know, it's like the reserves. You know, 1 week in a month, 2 weeks a year. So that should be a lot of fun. We didn't get nearly as many votes on the things I was expecting. Like D&D did not get very many votes at all. We didn't get very many votes on The Witcher, which I'll be honest, I just want to play in the background. Because hey, Perception Studios, we're just on a 5-minute break right now before we hop back into game. Good to see you. So because I just backed another music pack by Monument Studios, which all of our really badass music that we play on the channel, most of it comes from Monument Studios. And they just put out their 3rd one. So literally at 1 a.m. on New Year's Eve, I was like, time to buy another 100 songs that I now own. Wahaha. And they have a lot of like Witcher themed stuff. So, which is pretty good. Yeah, I'd like to do that. I would love that, you know, to just play Henry Cavill out.
Gonna be really exciting. Probably my most favorite thing I'm looking forward to about running my own game. And also the most stressful thing about running my own game is choosing the soundtrack.
Yeah, you have.
I didn't even bother with that. I was like, Kelly, this is the vibe. Pick a song.
I think I do okay. We
Release your inner Kaeko.
So yeah, like Robin, if you come over, bring like a portable hard drive, and like I'll just give you all the songs to look through. Since you're like on the team, just remember that I like the channel owns the copyright, not you. So don't give them away.
No, I won't. I don't have anyone else. Do you think I have like many people outside my life that aren't the team? I'm getting feathers in my face.
Your dad, maybe. Your dad would probably like that stuff. My
dad probably would, actually.
Probably would. So what else do we have today? Oh, I have something like a really great thing to announce, and that is earlier today we've been giving out metal sets of dice every episode of Dragonlance, and it's been really great. So Dragonlance is tomorrow night at 7 Pacific, and you can catch it on YouTube, usually on Fridays. But Norse Foundry reached out to me today, and they're like, "You want to give out some more dice?" And I'm like, yes. So they gave us 2 more sets. So we're doing it for 2 more weeks now, as of this afternoon.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing.
Yeah. So I don't think they have the boulder, but it's still a metal set of dice. Like, and these things look great. Like there's a spooky set and a less spooky set. I'm very excited about that. So, so if you win those, be sure to pass your address along, so that we can ship you out. And if you haven't already given your address to Norse Foundry, you should have an email from me if you are a previous winner. So do it. Everybody who replied to my email with their address, they should have their things mailed as of Tuesday. So today. So that's pretty good. I am excited. Did you get dice, Iron Warrior? Have your dice already shown up? How the hell did that happen? Wow. More chances for click clacks, yeah. So, and of course, if you live outside of the US, it's just a gift certificate. But that every little bit, you keep winning gift certificates, apply them all,
There
and
you
then
go.
you get
Mhm.
super free dice, and then just have to pay for shipping. They already did show up. Holy crap!
They sound so nice.
Oh, that's so nice. I'm currently waiting for something, and it's just like, oh man, I hate being Canada gangsta from the US. My thing is still in fucking New Jersey for like 3 weeks.
Mhm.
Joezy.
Downable universal planar service.
Right?
Yeah,
Oh, this is
universal public
FedEx.
service.
This is
Oh.
Fay.
What other
What was
announcements?
FedEx?
AX, I think, is what we called
FayX.
it.
Yeah, I
FayX?
think we called
Yeah.
it. I hate
Fay Expo.
FayX, man.
Oh, speaking of Fay Expos, so
Oh,
like
yeah.
I just booked my hotel room, so we're going to Fan Expo in Vancouver next month.
Hell
And then Christa, I booked it for the whole weekend, and I can always delete nights if we stay at your place for a bit.
Yeah, if you guys feel like coming out.
Well, I
Yeah.
figured
I
we
need
probably
to
would, but
figure
better
out-
to make sure we have a room than.
cosplay.
Yeah,
Sylvie.
exactly. Yeah.
Sylvie's
Yeah, better
fun day.
to be prepped for
And then you
it.
can also like drop your stuff off if you're doing like a staging day or something, so you don't have to leave your stuff in the car. Which always,
Yeah.
Here's a pro tip for conventions: don't leave your stuff in the car. You will get stolen.
Yeah.
Like there's like 10,000 people, 20,000 people, 30,000 people showing up at a place, and you're parked in a parking
Yeah.
garage. You're probably gonna get your stuff stolen. Because maybe not. Maybe you live in a happy country where that doesn't happen, like Canada. But I started going to my conventions in Baltimore. Okay, so I'm just letting you know there's car robbery, there's car theft and crabs, and that's basically Baltimore. Good morning.
No, I just have good. I was gonna say I have good
Baltimore.
morning Baltimore. So good. Yep.
Someone kicked in my Buick's door. I had a stereo, but I don't anymore. I got some crabs
Very
at
nice.
that store. I could have gone a different way with that, but I didn't
I
because
was gonna say, what kind of crabs are we talking about here?
another fun story. Did you know that thanks to Gen X millennial and Gen Y grooming practices, certain types of crabs are on the decline because we've deforested their natural habitats? I kid you not, that literally is the way that it's supposed to be looked at. It's like
That's
certain types of
hilarious.
crabs, they have nowhere to live because of waxing. I think that's so funny.
Welcome to Dork Tales, everybody.
Welcome to Dork Tales. Welcome to hey, we're on a break.
Today I learned.
Yeah,
Well,
educational.
I think what you said earlier, Kelly, which was I'm sorry, but thank you for sticking with us.
I'm sorry, but thank you for sticking with us.
Thank you for sticking with us. Dork
My
Tales.
God,
I'm
how
sorry,
is
but
my
thank you for sticking
hair
with us.
looking good? You guys have no idea. My hair's gone to that length where my curly hair is definitely starting to like break through. But now it's like it's just kind of it's working. I don't know how it's managed. I think it's all just piled in a way.
Yes.
What are we talking about? We have a halo.
We have a distinct aura.
It's true. It's true. Slight
I think
halo.
it's probably due to the chroma keying out.
I did.
Chroma key
I
does a good job.
discovered
Though.
my car. I lock my keys in my car all the time. I'm very, very dumb. I once locked my keys, my wallet, and my phone in my car.
Nice.
And I was only saved by the fact that I had a smartwatch and I was able to phone my partner and have him call.
Did you feel like a
BCA
secret
for me.
agent that way?
I did. I had to stand real close because like the rain. Was
Agent
only
69, it's me. Wait, was this
like,
recent?
I looked.
Nice.
No. This is.
I was going to say, because then it would be
back in,
Agent 420.
Yes, it would definitely be Agent for all.
I
Of
mean, it
them
could be
are
Agent 69
420.
still. I don't know. I don't want to know.
Maybe.
I don't care to
No.
know, but I'm happy for you.
No. Yeah, that was like the only thing. But I very recently locked my keys in my car. And I was at my partner's place. But everybody was out except I was house sitting actually. And my partner's husband had come home and I was like, can you help me try to get into my car? And so him and I are sitting there like trying to pry open the door and like move the window. And like we just absolutely like fucked up the door frame of my car. And then I was like, after like half an hour of this, I was like, my driver's side window's a little loose. And I just put my palms to it and pushed down.
Oh no!
Pulled down.
That's almost the
I was like,
equivalent of being like,
"No."
I've locked myself out of the car. And then you walk around and go to the side door.
Pretty much, yeah. It was basically that. And I was like, I have called BCAA like 7 times since I've owned this car to get my keys. And this is all I ever had to do.
I hope one time they like respond when you call them the next time. It's like, keys again?
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
Hi, Christa. He's a good.
Yep, exactly.
Any fun things to talk about before we get back in the next minute or two? Hope you're all doing well. Yeah, so hey, everybody, join the Patreon because we took a big hit last month with the year turnover, and
Right now
I would like
can't
it.
run my game. I can't run my game right now.
I mean, we technically can. We're gonna, but like
I know we're going to.
we what did we end up doing? We oh, that's right. Over the weekend, you were sick on Sunday, but yesterday we did have our mage meeting. So the Technocracy game has been scheduled. Session 0 is going to be...
That's the one Jen's writing? Or running?
That's the one that Jen's running, yeah. So Session 0 is, what is the last Sunday of the month? This month?
Yeah, the 29th.
The 29th, and then Session 1's the 5th, I think.
6th,
whatever the Sunday is, the following Sunday.
Yeah.
So it's like we're going Spelljammer, and
5th.
then
No, it is the 5th.
and
Sorry,
then
my bad.
Amy is going into the bath and coming out not blue, and then is immediately playing mage. So that should be good.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And that will be on Patreon, so you'll get that link.
Awesome.
I got a
First.
YouTube comment yesterday that I haven't responded to because I've been really slow at responding because of just the holidays, and I feel real bad because it's of somebody who's like super excited about our mage games, and they're like, "Hey, where did you post your old Technocracy game that you guys talk about?" And I'm like, "You mean the LARP? No, buddy, I'm sorry. I don't know how to break it to you, but that's just for us. It just affects everything because I can't delete canon
It
from
just lives on in our memories.
Man, I try to make
It's
it.
fine. It's fine, YouTube person. I'm also in your boat.
I helped
Also in
set it
that
up once.
boat.
Did you play in that episode?
Maybe one day somebody will turn it
Yes.
into a book,
There you go.
like a novel.
A la Dragonlance.
Man,
Or
I would
something.
do that. Pay me. Also, I joined a bunch of Dragonlance groups on Facebook to advertise in, and then like yesterday I was in the middle of the mage meeting, and I opened Facebook just because it's a good place to share adventure or actual play stuff. And I looked in and was like, "Huh, I'm in a group with Margaret Weiss."
Oh,
Like I'm literally about to advertise in a group that I think she might be an admin on, and I'm like,
that's amazing.
I hope she's not pissed
Nice.
about this game being like completely not involving them.
Yeah.
Oh, is it? I don't know.
And
too
they
much
weren't really
about
involved.
that.
They weren't really involved.
Oh.
Besides that, last things to say before we hop in. Do we want to announce the event thingy? Might as well, right? You guys go with that?
Sure.
Yeah.
All right, cool. So hey, folks, we're still figuring out the exact logistics because it's weird doing it over the internet. But if you weren't aware, those two dorks down in the corner and center, down there, have decided to reproduce, and they're doing it sooner rather than later.
What the
They've-
weirdest way to say that?
Basically,
I
we're
love
having a
it.
digital baby
love
shower, and
it.
you're all invited. So we're figuring out the exact method. It's going to be on the 4th of February, was it? I think
Wait,
so.
the exact method for digital
I think
reproduction?
so.
Yeah, it's on Saturday. We haven't decided the exact time, but it's going to be like 2 or 3 hours, something like that, where we're going to hang out. We're going to do baby shower stuff, have some games, maybe some Jackbox, maybe some not Jackbox. And it's going to be fun. If we're going to have, within the next week or so, we're going to have a throne, an Amazon wish list, and a few other wish lists where if you want to send them some good stuff, you can do that. Otherwise, we will have a chat separated in the Discord where you can like send well wishes and other stuff like that and participate during it. Raven with Baubles is going to be doing, has been doing a lot of the organization for this. So thank you so much, Raven. So it's going to be games and prezzies and stuff like that. And we'll play Among Us and the baby is sus. Maybe.
Oh my god,
goodness.
baby's first character.
Oh, well, here's the question. So is it the mom and dad roll 2d6 each, combine them and drop the lowest? Is that
There you go.
for stat lines?
Hmm.
That's
Or
interesting. I
just
think
you
we,
each roll one, because that's the thing, right? You get your dad's eyes and your mom's
you
nose.
get your
and
mom's
you get your
charisma.
dad's
You
strength
get
and
your
your mom's
dad's con.
charisma.
Yeah.
There you go.
Oh man.
Love it.
That's funny. We
Thank
should
you.
do that. We should do that. Add that to the list.
Yeah.
So anyway, you'll be able to do that. And then we're still working out if anybody wants to send physical things to a non-anonymized address. We don't really have a P.O. box because where we live in Canada right now, there's like a wait list on P.O. boxes. So I need to confirm with one of our friends who has been letting us use their P.O. box. Also, P.O. boxes are expensive for like the one thing a year that gets shipped to us. And I don't really want to pay like $300 or whatever it is for like one thing. It just seems seems weird, right? But we're gonna work it out. We're gonna work it out so you can mail some stuff. We'll figure out a way. And yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun. Sorry, my mom sent me a talking Scooby-Doo Christmas thing, and it's staring at me, and I just
It's so great.
Oh my
I love it
goodness.
so much. So good.
Can you not wait, Caitlan, to send
Oh my god.
random
Look at it.
things like that?
it sings,
I'm
but I don't
excited.
want it to sing. So
I was gonna say you may also get copyright. I don't know if that would.
Groovy.
Okay.
there you go. I just threw it
Oh,
across the
no.
room. It is elsewhere. Yeah, she also sent me like this
You can
millennial.
You're
song.
really hear it.
I know. I'm gonna mute myself until it's done because I'll tell you when it's done.
Can't you just press the button a second time? We can still hear you.
Oh yeah, but the chat can't. But we can hear it.
Oh, the chat can't.
Oh, okay.
Ah.
Okay, finally
Oh,
stopped.
no. Okay.
Yeah, the ones that
Scooby
go on
Yeet.
forever and you can't just like stop them are super.
Yeah, no,
annoying.
and it's a good 30-second play, and it's not a good Scooby. Like that's
No, it's
that's-
not. It's bad.
That's
No,
not the
it's
good
terrible. It's
Scooby
why
impression.
it's so great. It's why it's so
I mean,
good.
it's
so bad.
recognizably meant to be Scooby.
I guess.
Even if you didn't
so.
see it, if you just heard it, you could tell that's what it was meant to be. But it doesn't quite get everything exactly right.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
my Goofy impression. It doesn't quite hit.
I have a worse one. It is an adorable little fox. It has a little Christmas hat, and it has a little tail that obviously wags with little jingle bells on it. And so you're like, oh, okay, you'll play some kind of Christmas song. No, it just sings "What the Fox Say" the entire song.
Wow.
Oh, the entire song?
Well, like a minute of it. Like it's like a
Wow.
chorus, like 2 choruses and a verse.
Oh my
I think I
God.
know somebody
And
who
it
would
goes
really
ding, ding,
appreciate
ding,
that
ding,
who
ding,
lives
like
upstairs.
really loud. Yeah. Oh, it's awful.
That's awful. You know what
Oh
else
my
is
God.
awful?
There's a reason my
Not-
sister's boyfriend isn't allowed in the house.
Oh.
Yeah.
First the
Not
smell,
being in
then the
game?
fox. I think it's probably time we head back into game. So folks, join the Patreon. That's my request. Because
5 Bones Coffee.
Buy Bones
Yeah.
Coffee. Use the code if you buy
By
Bones
Norse
Coffee.
Foundry.
Yeah,
Norse
go to Norse
Foundry.
Foundry, go to Adventure Dice, do all the stuff.
Adventure Dice.
Do the stuff.
Good stuff.
Do the stuff. I gotta do God, I have to do so much for the damn Patreon tomorrow because I slept all day. Because
Also, tell me if you find dice that have these cool D4s, because they're the best.
Are those the
love
cube
them.
D4s?
They're the weird rolly ones. Yes.
What
I have two
wizardry is
sets of
this?
Yes, I know.
Oh,
I
I
don't know
think
if
I
you can
know
see it.
what
My
you're
light's
talking
too
about. I
bright.
can't
Mhm, But like,
I want one of those too.
Send a picture.
I'll send a picture because they're so cool. Because I have 2 sets. They're both Christmas. These ones are. Oh, my light's too bright. These ones say silver and gold, and the other ones are holly.
Ooh.
Ooh.
And so I want some non-Christmas ones.
Yeah, fair enough.
Well, now
But
I'm gonna
they're
have
so
to-
satisfying to
now you've
roll.
got me pulling dice up.
What are they called? They're called Arch D4 Arch ARCH D4s. Arch
I
D4.
don't know.
This brand is or Diffusion Dice.
Ooh, that's a lot of
That's the
different.
brand.
It's a lot of different D10 sets. Anyway, so there's gonna be a lot of great stuff. We're gonna talk more about the shower soon. And we're gonna, if you find dice that aren't caltrops, let Christa know. That is that. All right. So without further ado, folks, let's head back to Call of the Netherdeep here on Dork Tales. Welcome back to Call of the Netherdeep here on Dork Tales. You make your way back, swimming to the southern passageway. There you can see that the rivals are there. Their clothes are a bit splattered with blood, and they are in the process of bandaging themselves up, recovering from a bit of a skirmish from the looks of it. But besides that, there's, well, there's nothing else here. Just the grotto. Good, you made it, Io will say as you swim in.
Yes.
You called for my expertise?
What happened to you?
There's a lot of people who don't like red in here.
Yes,
What?
we met him as a teenager in the forest, tracking some owlbears. We managed to scare them away, and then we were at a house and had to find out the names of 3 women that were killed because he didn't remember them. What did you guys go through?
Mm-hmm.
Io will kind of look at her friends and more of the same, I guess. There, Dermot will lean forward. There was a village, a small one in the middle of a bunch of hills, and when we showed up, there were these soldiers with shadowy faces and armor. I couldn't really recognize them. And they were terrorizing the villagers. It wasn't great. Best we could tell, Xarria begins. They were Elixion's allies in some battle. Bullying a group of commoners.
That's definitely been a theme.
They... Irvin will clear his throat. When we went to talk to them, some guy named Caligoth said, they thought we were him, called us commander, and said that the villagers were refusing to give him tribute. It was bullshit. So, I mean, we saved them. The villagers. We did. Yeah, we killed the shit out of those guys.
We had to kill soldiers the first vision that we dealt with as well.
Mm-hmm.
Out of
Zenada will
beating.
just nod approvingly at them.
Mm-hmm.
When we left, we heard his voice, Irvin says. It said, there's, there are bright spots amidst the ruins sometimes. Beauty. Kindness. Yeah, that's what he said. And that, I guess we handled it better than he did. Which leads me to believe that he probably just let his men do whatever they wanted.
I don't know how much of this is real, because it seems like he, I don't know. I think it might be possible that he's not really remembering things properly, because if you change things and go down a good route, and try and help people, they respond, like, accordingly. So, like, somebody who's been locked up and tortured with these memories and reliving them again and again and again for hundreds of years, don't think I'd be able to stand it. And I'd probably make things worse and worse and worse in my own mind. So I don't know how much we can go off of. That's just what I think, though.
It's also it's also very much his own perspective of what happened, right? So if he sees himself as this huge bad failing, then of course his memories are going to reflect that.
Nobody shits on Dorlen like Dorlen does, except for maybe his brother.
Yes, we'll deal with your brother.
You let your brother shit on you? Anyway,
No.
it seemed like a real
Metaphorically.
You know what? You do you.
It wasn't intent. Later. That's
Anyway.
a conversation for when we have drinks.
Yeah, that's a conversation for when we have time to talk about whatever kinks you have, I will say. What's important is the wall, the goddamn wall fell away when this is over, when it was over.
Where?
Right there. She points to the northern wall of the room. Now, this cavern, this grotto is about the same as the one you just exited, a little tighter. It has a passage to the north, which you came down, and a passage to the east, which they probably entered from. But then to the north, you can see that there is a passage that seems to have crumbled away or kind of organically opened.
We
This
have a few
seems-
options.
That seems very familiar.
Mm-hmm.
That's
The
how
same
this
thing
all
happened
started.
in the other room. Oh yes, that as well.
Zenada, would you be willing to send your echo in to look? But I know Dorlen enjoys being the first in, but perhaps it would be safer for a non-corporeal form.
I can do that. We'll see if it triggers these visions or not, but that might be the real trick.
At least it will tell us, a rock is about to fall and kill us as soon as we step in.
Sure,
Right.
yeah, I bet that's how this is going to end. Rocks fall, everybody dies. Just like those old stories.
Well, I'll do it.
Well, somebody had to
But-
survive, otherwise they wouldn't be stories.
Anything happens, I need you to look after me. 'Cause I will not know what's happening.
All right.
Okay,
Buddy
she'll
system.
sit down, manifest her echo, and echo the avatar.
And Dorlen will walk over and
And
stand
she's
guard.
just gonna sit there and not react to anything at that point. And the avatar will go off.
Dax will sit.
Kaiko's gonna, it doesn't matter because there's water, but Kaiko's gonna do it anyway. She's gonna give Zenada a wet willy.
Hey. Dorlen will try to swat her hand away.
I just want to see if she feels it, Dorlen.
She said we have to watch over her.
Zenada.
Do it when she wakes up.
You're gonna notice that the echo is standing there, hands on hips, tapping its foot. Because I can hear and see through the echo.
Kaiko's gonna wave right. You can see. Ah, that's how your echo works. Sorry?
But are you, though?
No.
And then she'll turn and leave.
All right. You head through into the next room.
Yeah.
As you step forward, you enter a small room. In the middle of this chamber stands a marble pedestal, from which floats a mote of opalescent light about the size of a fig. A bolt of crimson energy occasionally crackles across its glowing surface. Resting on the pedestal below is a tiny gray doll in a very familiar shape. It looks kind of like Dax, a moorbounder. When you enter the area, though, your mind will echo with a voice. Bitter, tinged with regret. Yes. You let go of hope because you know nothing will ever change. What do you do?
Continue looking around and see if anything else happens. But I don't think I can speak as the echo.
You cannot.
You can
No.
see and hear from the echo, but you can't. It doesn't say you can do anything else through it.
You don't see anything else inside of here, just the passageway to the south.
Okay, I'm gonna have a better look at the little figure.
Sure. It is a small little statue of a moorbounder.
Huh.
Oh, pardon me, a small doll. It's a small, like sewn, like handmade doll made out of what looks
Okay.
like felt or wool.
I guess I'll keep going for a little bit, but I have a feeling that from what we've seen so far, the real danger comes from in the visions, not necessarily in the room.
So, going?
Yeah.
This
You
is
said
all
there was
that's here.
another. Oh, that's all that's there.
This,
Okay.
this is all that's here. There's the glowing mote of light atop the pedestal, and the doll.
Okay. And having a better look at it doesn't look like that moat is anything. It's just kind of glowing.
It is a mote of glowing light. Looking at it, no, it's just glowing. But make me an insight roll.
Okay. That is insight. 22.
That thought, you let go of hope because nothing will ever change. That thought that whispered in your mind, you think it's coming from the moat, the light.
Interesting. So maybe it's trying to cause despair in us?
With that insight roll, I'd say that maybe not. Maybe it's a coalesced emotion.
Okay. So something left of Elixion again?
Mm-hmm. I mean, he's leaving his memories everywhere so strong that they form entire scenarios.
Yeah.
This seems like kind of like a coalescence of a strong emotion that's been under an undercurrent of many of these themes.
Okay. I'm going to let it go at this point and let my echo dissipate and come back to myself in the cavern.
What'd you see in there?
It's just a room. There's a pedestal with a small doll and a moat of glowing light.
Ooh, that sounds
And
interesting.
I
Is
think
it safe?
I don't know. I think it's a distilled emotion. Like how he's been leaving these thoughts around so hard that there's scenario, like visions, that seem to be despair. So that might not be very safe to go into. That might be a very difficult scenario if it triggers one.
Oh,
Well,
And I'll explain what I heard from it.
I wonder.
I feel like that came from the moat.
Maybe we can move it.
Maybe we can destroy it.
may-
and-
Not have triggered a scenario because it wasn't me in there. It was an
Let's
echo,
find-
an incorporeal being.
Let's find out.
Maybe we
Oh,
can
God.
change it. We've changed all the other ones so far.
Yes, I'm with that.
Well, and like Dorlen said, if these are memories that he's thought about over and over again and his own perception of them, perhaps
This felt more like an emotion than a memory.
Well, that's just a guess though, because that's what I think.
emotions will distort your memory even worse.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna do. Dorlen's gonna start heading into the room.
Kaiko's gonna follow him.
Yep, we'll do.
Okay.
We'll turn back to the other group and we'll be right back.
You know this.
Unless you want to come too.
What did you say, Kelly?
They turn each other as Dorlen calls back. Irvin's gonna go. You know this means we have to do the next one, right? If this doesn't blow them up, yes, I will say.
I mean, even more so if we blow up, you'll have to do the next one.
That's true.
You'll have to
Yeah.
do all of them if we blow up.
Yeah.
All right. So you all head into the room. It is a small chamber. That ceiling evaporates into the aether above you, but here, looking around, you can see that there is nothing except for the marble pedestal. That little mote of opalescent light. You're sort of reminded of that gift that some of you were given in Bazzoxan, the mote of possibility. Not dissimilar.
Dorlen.
And then a tiny gray doll, which you will immediately recognize as a moorbounder.
Hey, there's Dax.
Oh, Sabina, it's for you. And then Dorlen's going to just take out like a little vial or something like that he think he might be able to probably not going to work, but keep the moat in, and he's gonna like creep up to the pedestal.
Oh my god.
And just be like, okay, I'm gonna do it. Like,
I don't think that's the right way to do this.
What are you doing?
And he's gonna try and push the moat into.
You're gonna grab the moat and you're gonna go, and yeah, it totally vanishes.
It worked. Wait,
and you hold
did it?
up the vial, and as you do, you're going to see that the hand you used to push it in is glowing as it absorbs into you.
Oh.
Good job, Dorlen.
Dorlen.
High five, Sabina.
You are going to feel very tingly, and as you touch it with your right hand, it is going to absorb into you, and everyone in the room is going to have a fleeting vision. You and the rivals together, actually.
Nice.
A baker. A baker inside his bakery, the walls coated with decades of smell. Hides a mussed dirty boy behind the counter. Strong, thick fingers, made so from kneading dough for decades, slip the boy a tart when no one is looking. Outside, children crow and call the omen-touched boy. Yell for him. Send him out! Send him out! Come on out, Elixian! We just want to play! They laugh. Patron in the bakery furtively mutters to the baker. He's full of betrayer's blood, I had. And with that, you will come back to the present. Dorlen, you have absorbed a fragment of despondence.
Oh, that sounds delightful.
You gain the following benefit and drawback, and are aware of both. You are now immune to the charmed condition.
Ooh.
You may not take the help action.
Ooh. Okay. So immune to charm and cannot
help. You cannot take the help action. You can still help people, but you can't take the help action.
Oh.
The mote has vanished into you. It is now part of your soul.
You okay, Dorlen?
do you
Elixian, is that
feel?
you? Elixian, are you in Dorlen's body?
Oh, possession.
No, it's. I think I'm me. No, I am Dorlen. Still. As far as
no.
yes.
No, he's not. He didn't say he was ex-Professor Dorlen.
Oh,
The X stands for
suspicious.
extraordinary.
All right,
Oh,
it's
there
you,
you go.
Dylan.
Alright.
Yeah, but am I really Professor Wildrock right now if my brothers are pretending to beam me back
Alright,
up to...
okay, all right. Yes, I believe it. I
suppose
believe you. I
arguably,
believe you.
even if he was your brother, you could both be professors. It's not like there can only be one, unless there can. Do you have to
Are you dead
decapitate
yet?
another?
No,
No, but I feel...
Keiko's gonna grab the Moorbounder doll.
As you pick it up, it is quite plush, and will even go. Okay. It'll make a little squeaky noise as you pick it up.
Oh,
Uh,
I
that's
love
cute.
this.
And you will hear, everyone in the room will hear a whisper. Meska, my old friend. As Alexian whispers that to you with no end of fondness.
Oh,
I feel,
Miska.
yeah. I don't know.
Yes,
I kind
Sabina,
of feel a
you
little
should-
removed from things, though.
hmm.
Like, something's changed.
Wonderful.
Now, as you are looking around,
Don't go touching more moats, Dorlen.
you remember there are two things here that are important to you. Number one, there was another wall that fell apart in the room that you were in a moment ago. The one where you encountered the women. It might lead to something similar to this. Who knows? But now, as you're standing at the edge of the corridor, like in the side of this chamber, you can see that the walls are kind of... They're lined with iridium. And the way you're looking at it, you can only now see, almost like a magic eye puzzle revealing, there is a small corridor to the north.
Huh.
Hmm.
Was that there before?
Hmm.
At least it didn't appear to be.
What do you do?
Well, I'm alive. Oh, and they are too. I'll call back to
Oh, yes.
That's
our
good.
friends. I touched the light.
Are you him now?
No. But yeah. I'm not sure how to describe it.
Oh, for
But-
fuck's sake. And I was going to swim into the thing. What happened to it? Where's the light?
In him.
I
Oh,
He
in him?
absorbed it.
I tried to put it into a vial, but that didn't work.
What do you mean in you?
It's
Got absorbed into him.
Take off your shirt.
Oh, that's
Kaeko.
quite forward of you, Io.
I want to see if it's in his chest or something, and it's easier than stabbing him.
oh, thank
Not more
you for
fun.
your
Much
consideration.
easier since you'd have to go through all of us first.
I'll use an action, and my armor will just kind of fold out of, like, and just be
Nope,
like, oh,
can't see a damn thing. All right.
actually, like, maybe it's somewhere else.
Don't take anything else off, Dorlen.
I'm good. I'm
I
good.
think it's unlikely.
Come on, have a little fun.
All right. So, you
Oh,
did you get any magic out of it? Do you have extra spells? Do you have the ability to summon squirrels? Like, what's going on?
I
What the heck's that? Got a plush toy?
I'm
It's
not sure
cute.
how to describe it, but I almost feel a little removed. Not necessarily a bad thing, but something's different. I don't know how to describe it. Yeah, I might have to think about this for a while.
Do we want to keep going this way, or was there any passageway back where you came?
Yes, another one closed somewhat like this one did, or opened up.
Opened, yes. There were two, actually. There were three. We came through one of them. And then there were two that branched off, and one of them just kind of opened up on its own.
Great. Okay, well, I guess we'll guinea pig the next one. Lead the way.
Okay.
All right.
Heading back into the room that you were in a moment ago.
After I put my armor back on.
You make your way back to that little side area. And there, of course, to the north, where you were a moment ago, the room that you were just in seems honestly more normal than it has been. The ruidium is barely glowing anymore. And as you head that direction, the chamber to the northwest is still open.
That was the chamber that kind of opened, kind of
That-
on its own. That wasn't originally a chamber, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
That's the one that opened, like the one that you found.
all right. Aya will look at her friends and... All right, who's getting this one? Me? Sounds good.
How
I'll take-
banged up do they look?
They've taken some time to short rest, but they the fight that they were in actually was a pretty tough one. They do look like they're pretty tired.
I mean, I can go look if you want. I'm feeling quite fine and healthy myself.
Well, you can come with me then. Xarria
Alright.
and Io will swim down the corridor with Xarria at her heels. Kaeko, you can go too if you want.
Kaeko will.
Okay. Is anyone else accompanying them or hanging out with the rivals in the grotto?
I don't want to leave them alone.
Yeah, same.
Oh dear, sure.
Okay.
I'll hang back because I have my hunter's mark on Io, so if something happens, we can find them. So I'll stay back with.
Sounds good.
Oh,
All
I
right.
will ask Kaeko to throw the Rocky Talkie back first before
yeah.
both the Rocky Talkies go.
Yeah, no, Kaeko will fling it through the water.
All right, so everybody is going in. Zenada, are you going in as well? Or are you hanging out with everybody else out here?
No, I am going.
Okay. So basically, Sabina, Maggie, Dax, Irvin, and Dermot are staying out here. One sec. Okay, well, if Xarria is going, Irvin's going. I rolled
I'll
in
stay
his-
with Sabina.
Okay.
Oh,
so
you're gonna stay? Okay.
Dorlen
I'll stay with
behind.
Sabina.
As
The
you swim
shorts
in-
and the talls.
All right. Well, the talls swim away, and Maggie is the rest of the talls, I guess, who's staying behind. You swim in, and in the small chamber, you'll see that rising from the floor of the center of this grotto is a marble pedestal, similar to the one from the previous room. And similar to it as well, a mote of light floats up. As you enter the space, though, everyone who's in this room will hear, "These regrets are all I have. The only thing that remains is to take the path I walked to get here." Is this what you saw?
Yup, and he just went like this, and Keiko's gonna blindly just grab it, be like, and it absorbed into him.
Okay,
I feel like I've
and
had a positive influence on you.
so as you touch it, there is going to be a little flash as it absorbs into you, and suddenly you're all going to have a vision. A teenager sleeps fitfully under a vermilion moon. Its glow washes him in faint red tones. He murmurs and moans, thrashing slightly, uncomfortable, as if he had a fever, as if he had a nightmare. He doesn't rest easily until a cloud drifts in front of the moon and masks its sight from his slumber. And with that, you will all flash back to the present. Kaeko, you have absorbed a fragment of attachment.
Ooh.
You cannot be frightened while within 10 feet of an ally.
Sweet.
In addition, if you are within 10 feet of an ally, or pardon me, if you are frightened and move 10 feet within 10 feet of an ally, the frightening ends.
What?
So long as you are near your allies, you cannot
do
be
I
frightened.
count the rivals as allies right now?
Yes, you do.
Cool.
However,
There we
yep.
go.
when you are not within 10 feet of an ally, you have disadvantage on wisdom and charisma saves.
Ooh, okay.
You are heavily attached. You are, one might even say, dependent on your allies now.
So
I am
it's
dependent.
Keiko's turn for buddy system.
Yeah.
Oh,
Keiko is the buddy
I was your
system.
buddy. I'm still
Yeah,
here.
this on
Oh, wow.
wisdom and charisma.
Mm-hmm.
It's just saves or checks?
Saves.
Saves.
Did you say wisdom and charisma?
Charisdom. There we go.
Wizcha?
just tickled me.
Wizcha.
Charisdom.
Wisma and charisdom.
Keiko's always been
Wisdom
clean.
and
Now she's just
charisma.
even more clean.
Oh, wow.
All right. Did you just seriously do that?
Oh,
That was probably one of the most foolish things you could have done.
yeah, I guess so.
Well, now would you have superpowers now? I will say.
No, I don't think so. But you know, Dorlen, I'm really approving of your buddy system. Honestly, I think it's very smart in these caves. It's kind of a bit spooky down here. We definitely should stay close.
It's a
Did-
great
did you
idea.
Say that to Dorlen.
Right,
Did he
Dolan's not
stay
here.
behind?
Yeah, I stayed behind. Sorry for about that.
Yeah, I figured you were yelling it down the hall.
Down the hallway.
Hey!
Hey, Dorlen, by the way.
By the way, I really
Yeah.
approve of your buddy system.
Yeah. Yeah, I think she will actually then.
I have
She'll
a
yell
strange
that.
feeling that somebody's approving of me right now.
It must be a strange feeling. All right, well, the next one's definitely going to be mine. So, let's press on.
Oh, I see how it is. Is there like a pillar with anything on it again, like last time?
Nope, just the moat dangling above it. That is now
Okay.
inside of Kaeko.
Question.
Sabina,
How does that work when it comes to my echo? Does that
You-
count as an ally?
Yes, it
Ooh.
is. It is still you, I believe.
Cool.
Nice.
Sabina, do you have the little Dax doll? I know we're keeping everything in the bag, but maybe you should hold on to that one.
I'm gonna look it over. Is there any like obvious ruidium
No,
on this doll?
no, it's totally fine.
Well, thank you, Dorlen. Yes, I think I might.
Yeah, just I think it has your name on it.
She starts looking for her name because she knows what her name looks like in words.
Nice.
Oh, not literally.
Oh, right. I'm sorry.
It's just one of those things that you just see and you like. I just see and I just think of you.
Oh, well. I'm very honored to be thought of as a moorbounder. Scritch Dax.
All right. Do you continue forward?
Yes.
So where
love
do you
through
go?
this.
Returning back to your allies, you find that there are 2 routes ahead of you that have not been plumbed. One is this passageway to the northeast. The other is potentially through that secret door that you found. The passageway inside of that first moat chamber.
Secret door? That's what Dorlen suggests.
Why not?
Wherever you're going, I think we should stick together.
That's true.
Buddy system.
Buddy system.
So Dorlen, you all swim through the chamber into that first moat room. Nothing has changed inside of it except that you have looted it of its moat and of its moorbounder doll. So you've taken the plush, and as you do, take a look around. You can see that there's a small winding passageway that leads to the north. Swimming through that. One moment, please. Okay. Swimming about 15 feet down the tunnel, we'll say. It's about 15 feet. It will come to a ruidium veined stone wall and ends abruptly.
Dorlen will put up his fist. It's like, I'm gonna knock on it.
Not sure you should do that with your bare hand, Dorlen.
Oh, it's a gauntlet. Don't worry.
With your bare
He'll knock
gauntlet.
on it.
Okay.
Okay. Knocking on it, you will see that it vibrates slightly, and you will see the outline of a door.
That actually worked?
It
Wow.
actually worked. From this side, it actually kind of worked. So you can push on it, and it'll just open.
That actually worked. Holy crap. Okay.
A good job, Dorlen.
Yeah, clever. How did you think of that? Using the vibrations. Huh.
I don't know. Okay. Dorlen will be almost as shocked as I am.
Zenada will lean
Open the
into Dorlen.
door.
Pretend you meant that. Quietly.
All
I
right.
don't want to be deceiving.
The rest of your allies will swim
Build
along
a legend.
behind you. And you will find yourselves in an immense chamber. This chamber is filled with hauntingly beautiful seaweed and ghostly white coral. A stone altar in the middle of the room is decorated with carvings of cyclopean skulls and grasping hands. A barrier made of red energy covers a doorway on the north wall, beyond which you can make out another underwater chamber. Carved above the doorway in common is the following inscription: Apotheon, Apotheon. Leave your childhood yearnings behind. It is time to don your armor and go to war.
Did he leave his memories on purpose? His memories, his emotions?
Maybe? I mean, if it's somebody else writing that, that's kind of a dick move. Forget all the
Yeah.
shit we put you through and go fight for us.
I mean, they are gods. They sort of do that.
Doesn't make it less of a dick move.
I don't disagree. Just more of an expected one, I suppose.
Xarria and Dermot will approach the altar and begin looking at it. Is this what I think it is? Yes, I believe it is.
What is it?
Torog and Grumfsh.
Sabina like visibly kind of cringes away when she hears Grumsh.
Okay, big glowing door. This is a puzzle. Leave your childhood yearnings behind.
Leave all the stuff we got.
Perhaps, yes.
Gotta take the teddy
Just
bear
gonna
out.
say the
Put
toys.
it on the altar.
Okay. Taking the teddy bear out, you set it on the altar, and there will be a slight crackling noise. And the door above you will, well, the door will vanish, and so will the toy.
All right.
Well,
Well
that
done,
was
Dorlen.
easy. We should have been teaming up like this from this. Io shoots him a look. I've got points.
Zenada will shoot him a smile.
I think something might be wrong.
Something's always
What
wrong
do
in a
you
place
mean?
like this, Professor.
No, I've just done 2 things correctly in a
Oh,
row
Dorlen.
without something blowing up.
It's called growth, Dorlen.
But your instincts might not be wrong. So I was gonna keep a look around.
There's nothing else in here. I'm going up. Follow me.
Of course. Was there anything that you found in your room? You know how we had grabbed the stuffed animal and now we're using it?
Just
Just so that
pain.
if we come across something. Oh. Alright.
Yeah.
And she's gonna swim up through the door into the next room.
Suppose we should follow.
All right.
Teamwork.
Swimming up into the next room, Irvin will kind of like swim alongside you, Xarria. Didn't find anything. She's not.
I don't think she would hold back, but thank you. I suppose my question is a little insensitive.
It was pretty rough. I'm glad you didn't have to go through it, though.
I'm sorry you did.
Well, I mean, it is what it is. I'm just glad that we're all together again.
Yeah, me too.
And as you swim into the next room, the roof of this underwater sepulcher has 3 naturally formed domes, each one reaching its apex about 30 feet above the floor. Veins of ruidium cling to the walls, forming a lattice that casts red light onto the clumps of seagrass growing along the room's perimeter. And then suddenly, you are whisked away. The underwater gloom gives way to a scene showing a parched battlefield under a bleak ashen sky. All around you, shadowy figures clash swords, and the air is filled with the familiar sound of battle, cries of war, and drums. Familiar-looking black towers in the distance provide clues to where and when you are. At the gates of the Betrayer's Rise, during one of the fiercest battles of the Calamity. In this conflict, Elixion fought the Crawling King's horde and scored a hard-won victory. As you hear the sound of creatures calling in the distance, you realize now that this seems like your battle to win or to lose. And I think we're going to stop game here for tonight, if you don't mind.
I'm gonna say shit.
Just in time to fight the Battle of Betrayer's Rise. Enjoy.
Crap.
All right. So,
Yup.
folks, do you have fun with that?
Yeah.
This has actually been kind of clever, this one. It's interesting.
See why I was really
I'm
excited
really
about...
enjoying this.
I really enjoy this dungeon. Like, I really enjoy the way that this is going. I actually, you were getting to the end of my prep. Like, I've only prepped to the end of this, well, for tonight's session, at least, only to the end of this next room, just in case. But like, man, you blurred through it like crazy because the rivals get to split up, right? You also, I will say that you probably also get the sense that you can trade the fragments between each other.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
So I could shake somebody's hand and be like, "Yeah, I feel weird."
You have to give it to them, but yeah, you can.
Okay, because I was trying to think of a way to describe. I'm immune to charm, but I can't take the help action. I was like, it's weird. So I was just like, I just feel kind of detached. Like wiles don't work on me. Like, Xarria, you and your feminine wiles, I know what you're up to.
That's fair enough. That's the way that it is. That's the way it always
immune.
goes. All right, so I'm glad you had fun with that, because like I think that the beginning of this module and the end of it are particularly strong. Like, this is the middle's really good too, but it's a little disorganized, right? So like, it's good to be back to the part that I'm actually the most excited about, which is the part where I get to do angsty monologues and you get to pretend to enjoy them. Right, so that's my favorite.
I was gonna say they are actually like really enjoyable. Like, and the way you time everything to the music, it's just like I sometimes don't even notice the music, and then it just kind of builds up as your tone does, and it's like, oh, like that's where that feeling's coming from. Like, it's I enjoy your angsty monologues.
Thank you. I really like Alexian as a character, and I think you'll continue to enjoy him as well.
I'm actually not sure what to think about him anymore. Like, the rivals put some doubt like a number of sessions ago in my, not Dorlen's, but in my mind, I'm just like, oh, what's going on here?
Fair. All right, so folks, that's going to be it for us tonight. Thank you for watching and for sticking with us. A big thank you to everybody who is a subscriber here, who is following us on Twitch, or is a subscriber on YouTube. Really love you big much. And an extra big thank you to everybody who is on patreon.com/dorktales, which is where the majority of the channel support comes from. So if you're looking to get some behind the scenes content, get access to a bunch of things that nobody gets for months and months and months, including podcasts, Robin's game that she's going to run, and a bunch of new cool stuff. Go to patreon.com/dorktales. For the price of a coffee every month, you can help keep the stream's lights on. And we have a lot of lights. We use a lot of lights on this stream. Let me just put it that way. I've got at least 2 on me right now. But a big thank you to our world building producers, Soul Omen and Schulten, to our divine producer, DM Michael Gray, and my other divine producer, my mom Jan, to my demonic producer, Precarious. Sorry, I'm trying to remember because they all got shuffled in the past 2 weeks, and it's I don't want to use a cue card. To Tammy, the Wizard of the Patreon, who is our forever cleric, to the Traveler, Trizelta, Cubby Gummy, Amberthist, Buddy, and of course Taryn. Thank you so much for all of your support, everybody. Please go join the Patreon. It is where we get all of our support, and I really would love for more games. I'm gonna have to set some new goals for the 150th patron soon. It's gonna be great. And with that, we'll see you next week as we continue our Plum of the Netherdeep. And join us tomorrow night for Dragonlance. We'll see you then. Bye, everybody.